Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest. Mr. Jaime Owens is with us.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good, man. Thank you for having me. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you, dude.
great.
This is awesome.
Skateboarder, photographer, editor-in-chief. What the hell's editor-in-chief? What does that mean?
That means you're the highest editor that they can think of.
But is it editor-in-chief?
In chief. You're in the chief.
You're in the chief position.
In the chief position. Because there's other editors. There's like copy editors and there's contributing editors.
But do they call them like editor in copy?
They do not.
Oh.
Which is weird. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know why. I'm just curious, like, why editor-in-chief?
I don't know.
Why not like the chief of editors?
That sounds way cooler for
Yeah.
sure. I like that.
Chief of editors.
That's going to be my new title for my new magazine.
But
There you
the
go.
chief of
editors.
Yeah.
The chief of all chiefs of all editors.
Of all. Bow down before me.
Does that mean you're just like running it, like you dictate everything that goes in the magazine pretty
Yep,
much?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like you're the top dog, like everything that goes on the web, that goes in the mag. That
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot. I've always wondered why some of my photos never made it in there, but now I know.
Now I know it's all me.
Wow.
I was cock blocking you the whole time.
He's like, this one, Roberts. We'll just put that.
We got
put that
this
in the
full Roberts interview.
Yeah.
Hold it. Just
Oh.
put it.
put that in the shredder.
16 pages.
Put that in the shredder. Problem with me growing up and trying to get in the mags was like, I think my whole career was like sequence based. So it was really hard.
Back in the film sequence days.
and
Ooh.
that too. It was really hard to get sequences, you know. And so I don't think I made it in the mag too much.
Those were the worst.
Listen, that's why I had my pro ad for audio was in a hammock. You know, it's like, hey, this guy's pro now. He's chilling.
You had a few nose
That
grind
is
stills.
amazing.
Oh no, I had a few stills
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. But
Ben Colin, nose ground at Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
There you
Spread
go.
in skateboarder.
In skateboard, that made it through.
That made it
When
through.
you saw that, you must have been like, okay.
Now we're talking, Chris. Get the sequences out here. It's a fakey nose grind at City College or whatever.
UCLA.
UCLA?
What,
But
the
wait a
one
minute.
that the
Frankie
ledge
Dillon?
upstairs?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
fakey,
yeah.
fakey
Fakey-
nose grind.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was
Wasn't
UCLA.
that a sequence?
That was a sequence. That's what I'm saying. We ran that.
Yeah. Because I had a fakey 5.0 on that too, but that was an independent ad.
Exactly. But
Right.
that was a single page. You come with a still of a horizontal, you get a spread.
Well, it's up to the photographer of how they're
Exactly.
shooting it.
Ben Colin
They should be
crushed it.
thinking,
It was twilight too, so it had a nice purple sunset in the background.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, we
nice.
took it horizontal that time?
Yeah, so you were like, I think you went back and shot multiple photos maybe. Either way, whatever ended up in the mag was
Okay.
a spread. I think we got a quote from you for a howl.
Yeah.
Howl spread.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Wait, were
Those are good.
you editor in chief at that time as well?
No, I
or
was photo editor at
Oh.
Skateboarder at that time.
So what does that mean at that point? You're just editing the photos?
Yeah, who was...
Yeah,
That's what's funny is like my title was photo editor at Skateboarder, but we know Aaron Meza was the photo editor at Skateboarder.
yeah.
I was pretty much a paid intern at that time. Like I was just helping Meza like when they brought me on and stuff. Like we need a photo editor. Can you come in the office and help? Because I was interning before that.
Got you.
But he, like when I was under Meza, like Meza did everything, like pick the photos, articles, and all that. So I was just like, what do I need to do? What do I need to help with? So
Were you doing
How long
jackets at
you-
the same time?
Oh,
what's that?
Were you doing jackets at the same time?
Yeah. So that was right before I got hired at Skateboarder. I left a lucrative career at Jackass to work at Skateboarder as the photo editor at Skateboarder magazine.
Wait, what were you doing at Jackass? Were you?
He's laughing.
I mean, I was like, I think my last title was associate producer at Jackass.
What?
Associate producer. Why did you want to leave this franchise of Jackass when it seems like you were up there?
Exactly. So when I think back to those days, I'm like, even at the time, growing up on MTV, you're like, oh, MTV shows do not last. MTV shows are a flash in the pan or whatever. I was like, this is amazing working on Jackass. But and then Meza offered me a job to be the photo editor at Skateboarder, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll take it because I can probably still film Jackass on the side and go work at Skateboarder. But I was like, yeah, Jackass is going to kind of come and go.
You thought-
we'll never hear about it again in few years, and then if I'm still working in skateboarding, it's going to be amazing. And here we are 20 years later, they're putting out the 4th movie, and I'm like, whoa, that's so fucking insane. How did you guys do that?
Wait, you were filming or shooting photos of Jackass?
So I started filming. So Mike Ballard, who was the photo editor at Skateboarder at the time, I was interning with Skateboarder. He would take me out on photo shoots. He would take me everywhere, just like I was like his buddy. I wasn't really going into the office and interning like a normal intern. I was like riding around with Ballard. We'd go get Starbucks and we'd get, go ride around the companies, and he'd hook me up with free gear. We'd go to Girl, and I'd be like, I'm fucking at Girl Skateboards, like with Ballard, and we're walking around meeting Keenan in the like parking lot and stuff. And I was like, oh my, this is all within 6 months of being in LA, moving to LA. This, like, all this shit happened so fast. So I was like super tripping out and always just like a deer in headlights, like, oh my God. But he would take me out, and he was always like, man, we got to get you a job. We got to get you paid. We got to like figure out how to get you paid. Like he was so, had my back. And, like he hooked me up with my first photo gig, was shooting Danny Way and Bucky Lassick at like some skate park opening in Orange County. Like they were like, hey, we need somebody to come shoot this thing, and like $500. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like I shot photos, but I wasn't like a skate photographer. But he's like, yeah, you can go get that.
You know what?
You can do it. Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm just out there shooting.
Why did Ballard have your back so hard?
I don't know. I'm like,
you came out here? Did you meet him before you came out here? You random meeting?
Wow.
And then all of a sudden he's trying to get you jobs.
Exactly. So yeah, going back, so I moved to California in October of 1999.
Okay.
I'm just like, hey, I'm going to move out, try to like make it in the skate industry, and if I don't make it, I'll try to like go get a master's degree in photography at some school or something.
So you came out here trying to make it in photography?
Yeah.
As a skateboard photographer?
More of just trying to get into the industry. I knew I wasn't a great photographer. I'd shot photos before, but I wasn't like a skate photographer. I graduated from Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina, with like a bachelor's degree with like a specialty in art and photography. But, that's not like a lot of skill. They're not teaching a lot of photography classes at this small school. So,
okay.
But I'm like, maybe I can try to go to like Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara and get a master's degree in photography or something. But while trying to get into the industry, I was like, maybe I'll just try to like intern somewhere, work somewhere. And at the time, Skateboarder magazine was the only magazine that had email addresses for each individual person.
Okay.
So like Transworld did and Thrasher did.
They stopped that.
Yeah, I know, like, whoa.
Get bombarded.
So you look in the mag and there's Aaron Meza's name. And I was like, I recognize Aaron Meza from the videos. That's the guy. He's running this magazine. So I email him. So I go to this is before I had a computer. So I went and at the courthouse, that library that's in the front.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That's where I would go check my email, my Hotmail account.
The West LA Courthouse.
Yeah.
You would go to the West LA Courthouse.
To the library in the front of it.
Okay.
That's beside that.
I always forget that was that's a library.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
when I first moved out, I lived on Beverly Glen, like a mile or 2 miles down the street.
Yeah.
So I would go there to check my email, and they I sent Aaron Meza an email like, hey, I'm just moved out. Oh, actually, I put in the byline in the subject line like, hey man, keep the damn raccoon out of my truck, please. Like a quote from Future Primitive. I was like, that's got to like let him know I'm a real one, right?
Now,
I'm a real
that's
one.
the type of shit that catches people's attention. Not just like, hey.
Hey, dude, being years in the industry and getting emails from people about internships, like no one's ever tried to like make you laugh.
Right.
Like they all come so serious. I'm like, I'm an idiot, so I mean, I'm gonna shoot him like a quote from a video to let him know I'm a real skater. And he hit me back that day. I was like, oh, come in. Like we're down in San Juan Capistrano. Like we live all in LA, but the offices are down in Dana Point. But if you're down to come down, you can check it out and whatever. And I was like, oh,
Cold email.
Exactly, cold email. Got the call and went down and met him, and of course he comes around the corner, Meza, like just big smile, like hugs you right away, or like shakes your hand. You feel like, wow, this guy's cool. He's like down right away, and he introduced.
That is gonna bust your balls. And just like,
yeah, and so he introduced me to Ballard somewhere around that time, and then Ballard was just down.
wow.
Like, yeah, come with me, help me out. I need somebody to help me out, ride around, because they all lived in L.A. So Ballard lived in L.A. and I would just call up Ballard and we would just meet up and go meet fucking pros and go by places and get gear, and he would hook up. I remember his trunk was just filled with shoes and boards. He was just going, it's like, yes, I'm just going to go hook up some stuff. Yeah, you can get some stuff.
I was just thinking in my mind, like, I wonder if that stuff still happens today, and I'm sure it does because, but also now there's a lot of photographers or filmers
Yeah.
or iPhone stuff. And actually photography is on the lower end of it all
Yeah.
now with social media.
Yeah.
But just to be like welcomed like
It
that,
was-
like, hey, here's this person. Oh yeah, come with my like.
Exactly.
I'm
And
not. If I meet somebody, I'm not having them jump in my car and coming down a girl
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
going to all my hookups.
exactly,
Sure.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
like
don't happen like that.
instantaneously like in with the dudes, right? Like I'm meeting you guys all at Girl, all these guys and stuff. And like I'm with Mesa, I'm with Ballard. So it's like, this is crazy that I'm like meeting all these people. And he's teaching me about skate photography the whole time of just like, dude, you can't brick it. His big phrase was, you can't brick it. If it's bright and sunny, 500 at 5.6, you can't brick it. And I was like, all right, cool. Because you don't want to brick it. So you can't brick it if you just use these settings.
brick it mean?
Just fuck up.
Yeah.
Like fucking up a
Don't
fucking
brick
photo.
it.
Don't brick it. Don't fucking brick it. Yeah. So he was awesome. He just had my back, and I was just like, dude, this is insane. And we would go out, meet Reynolds, Greco, everybody. We were just, it was insane.
I love that.
Yeah. And so I would just slowly, I didn't even have proper camera gear at this time. And like Lance Delgart, who was working at Skateboard at the time, was like the web dude in 2000, like the web dude at that time. Like,
Like this guy. Over
I
here
know,
is
but he
going
was
nowhere.
he was a photographer. No, he's a good
Poor
dude.
guy.
Yeah, just
Web guy.
and the
Yeah,
web guy in
he ain't doing
2000.
nothing.
Yeah, but he was a photographer that shot and just was like, I'm gonna help out. They put him in charge of the web. But he let me borrow his camera gear from time to
Okay.
time, which was super sick. I was like, can I just borrow your camera gear and go out and try to shoot stuff with friends and stuff? And yeah, they were just so supportive and awesome. It was amazing.
That's so sick, man.
I don't know how it happened. Yeah, I'm just like, what? All right.
Well, I know how it happened. You're a very likable person
And outgoing.
and
shit.
outgoing
and a skate nerd.
Skate.
So,
That-
yep.
Skate rat.
You
that
love it.
helps,
So
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you're the type of guy in the industry who you meet, and I'm like, I fucking love that guy. I'm
Yeah.
already like going like, that guy Jamie, man, dude, man, hey, what's going on? Man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that guy, I love that guy. You know? So you just have that personality.
Thank you.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And that's the way
Energy, for
it's
sure.
always felt. Growing up with skateboarding, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
it's California was like another planet. Like, oh man, what they're doing out there, that's amazing. I would love to get out there one day and try to, be a part of it. And when you do, you're like, whoa, oh shit, I'm in the middle of this. This does not feel right.
Yeah.
But I'm a Southern boy. I got manners. I want to be nice to everybody.
Sure,
and stuff, so,
sure,
of
sure.
course.
But it is hard to break in. I mean, especially back then. What did you say, 2000?
Yeah,
You
99, 2000. Yeah, yeah.
Still, very cliquey and like,
Yeah.
have somebody come in and just all of a sudden, few
Yeah.
and far between.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a lot of people
I-
had that back
and I don't take that for granted ever. I'm like, dude, I got in at the right time. I met the
Right.
right people that had my back right out the gates.
Put the right title on that email.
Yeah, right title, the
Yeah,
subject on
yeah.
that, and just was a good person and a hard worker. I was like, I'm down to do anything, whatever you need, I'm down. Because we built one of the first projects we did with Skateboarder and Ballard was the Emerica Pit. Do you remember that on Wilshire Boulevard? There was like a right across from the El Rey Theater. There was like a big empty lot. And so Ballard got Soltech or whatever to pay for like all this wood. And we went to Soltech and we built all these ramps and like jumps and hips and stuff. And I had to truck them to LA from Lake Forest. I've been out here for like 3 or 4 months and I'm driving a giant like box truck down the 5 freeway going to LA to jump off all these ramps in this just empty, where there's like a building there now.
Uh-huh.
But it was the entire Soltech team, like Ed Templeton, Mike V, like Rick McCrank, Alex Chalmers, Donnie Barley, Ed Templeton,
Wow.
Alyssa Steamer.
Wow.
Like, again, this is only like 4 or 5 months after I'm out here. I'm helping Ballard build this stuff. And I'm like in the middle of like one of the heaviest sessions ever of like every big name pro ever just coming through. I'm like, oh, God, hey, I'm Jamie the intern. How you doing? Yeah, nice
I'm Jamie the intern.
Yeah, Jamie the intern. How you doing? Yeah.
Damn, Jamie the intern, man. What's going on?
Hey, man,
Hauled
how
all this
you
stuff up in Lake Forest for you guys.
I hauled this shit up to 5 for you, bro.
But let's put all this into perspective
Yeah.
too, because you South Carolina,
Yep.
born and raised, and
Yep.
we were talking about before the show, and I was like, you know what? I've never been to South Carolina. Every time we go on tour, it's North Carolina.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where we go. It's the Durham Courthouse. It's
Yep.
there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of spots up there. So I mean, like even South Carolina, like you're not seeing like many pros.
Exactly. Like the first,
At all.
which is crazy. The first demo I saw that actually came to Florence was Don Brown and Jesse Martinez came on a Vision Streetwear tour.
What?
Were they in separate courses? Like Don was over in the parking lot and
Jesse's flying over the car off the jump ramps and stuff, and Don was over off in the corner or whatever. But I got Don Brown's autograph on a Vision Streetwear sticker that I still have to this day. Yeah.
So rad.
And every time I've seen him, obviously for 20 plus years, I'm like, I got your autograph when I was a kid. Dude.
right.
Does he remember that?
I don't know if he remembers it specifically, but he definitely remembers the tour and stuff because it was just him and some other dude. I can't remember his name, but he never made it. But it was just the three of them. But it was fucking cool as shit. Like
That's sick.
you had California, you had these guys in our hometown. But after that, nobody came through Florence. So I would go to North Carolina and I saw like Guy Mariano and when Rodney and those would do the world tours.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw.
That was the second leg that I was not on, I believe.
Was it? Yeah. So like 92 or 93 is like
Yeah.
when Rodney was driving the bus, the little VW
Yeah,
bus or
yeah.
whatever. And they came through. And so we would have to drive to like Greenville, South Carolina, super far away, or Fayetteville, North Carolina to see stuff.
How far are those?
Those are
from
like
you?
2-3 hours away. Yes. 'cause
It's
there's-
a trip to go
It
see.
is.
Yeah.
and
for sure.
even to this day, I've been on trips to North Carolina with Mike Sinclair and like all those guys. He always takes people back to North Carolina, and there's like thousands of spots there, right?
So,
Yeah.
man.
And I'm always like, let's go to South Carolina. I want to get some photos in South Carolina. He's like, there ain't no spots there, dog. And I'm like, I know there's not really. I mean, we can find something though to get a photo at. But it's just so funny to this day. It's like, there ain't shit in South
Well, you
Carolina.
guys got
Skate.
Myrtle Beach.
We got Myrtle Beach, baby.
Come on,
Good old
man.
Myrtle.
Myrtle.
Let's go down to Myrtle.
But there are spots and stuff, but
Yeah.
just people aren't trying to travel to them and stuff. So all the like blue towel guys that I know back in Columbia, South Carolina, they make rad videos in South Carolina with tons of spots. But
So you guys would always have to go up to North Carolina or
That's-
something if something was going on.
if something was going on. But what's crazy is during that time, like I never knew Mike Sinclair, I never knew any of the North Carolina skaters. We would go to Columbia to skate a lot, Columbia, South Carolina, or Myrtle Beach or whatever, because we were teenagers. I couldn't drive too far away or whatever. But I've trip out and growing up and years later being like, how many skaters came out of North Carolina? Like, oh
A
my God, so
lot.
many
Yeah,
dudes. I was like,
there's a
who
lot,
came
yeah.
out of South Carolina? Like Jack Saback, like Dan Plunkett,
Like
Brian Howard, Blaze Boland. Like that's
five.
it. Yeah, five. Exactly.
Handful, right? Yeah.
Handful.
It's so insane. So I was like, yeah, it's so weird that we were just so close to all these like Mark Johnson and Kenny Hughes and like everybody like all right there, but
It's
we never
so
like cross
crazy.
paths.
Man.
How did you even start skating out there?
I mean, just everybody in the 80s, just fucking, it was huge. And all
Mm-hmm.
of us started skating. And your friend, it's always the classic, your friend down the street got the Jeff Phillips, and it looks so fucking amazing. It's got OJ wheels on it and stuff. And then my mom bought me a Town and Country Zoner from the guy down the street. And what kills me to this day is you can't get a Town and Country. You know, it's like, I want to have my first board
Yeah,
again.
everybody's looking for
You
that.
can't fucking get them, and if they do pop up on eBay, they're like thousands of dollars. And I'm like, please reissue the fucking Town and Country boards, please, so I can just buy a $50 one and put it on my wall. Like I don't
You
know.
just want. You,
Just wants the memory.
I just want the
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
recreate
yeah,
my
yeah,
first
yeah.
board. Come on.
Yeah.
I
I
was
think
like, why?
everybody wants to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
Like
like,
we
for
hear it all the
sure.
time.
I know. It's like, why didn't I start on like a Powell Peralta or a Santa Cruz? They reissued
They
the living
reissue,
shit
right.
out of those
But
things.
Town and Country, are they still around?
There's still a surf shop in Hawaii.
Okay.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
It's a shop or
It's like a surf shop that made boards and surfboards and stuff in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
And
But
they were
made
kind of
completes, no?
yeah, they made full. They just had like 4 or 5 decks that were the same decks for a couple of years in the 80s.
Were they legitimate boards back then, or were they
Yeah.
kind of equivalent to
They were
like one you would buy at like a
Target
Walmart
or
or
something.
Target?
none.
or
They were, I
something?
think they were because they were distributed by like Sims or something like
Okay,
that. So they
okay,
were
okay,
under
okay.
Vision.
They were-
Sims.
I have a different
Oh,
picture
okay.
in my. It was before
Yeah.
my time, but I have a different picture in my head. Like mine was like the Volterra. you
Yeah,
know,
right,
it's
the
like,
Volterra, yeah.
you know.
Exactly. Like I think my first real board was a Monty Nolder Smith stick, and it was just like
That's-
insane shape. And I was like, oh god, this thing's not that
That
good. But I was
one
like, it's a
was
real
pretty special.
board. Yeah,
Special.
it's like
Right.
that big.
So big.
It was like way up here.
500 pounds.
The ruler board.
Yeah. All the Schmidt
Oh,
sticks and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, the
So that was your
yardstick.
first board. Yeah, the yardstick.
That's what
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
those are good.
Just saw that recently. So you would just skate around, do your thing, and
Yeah, like we didn't
South
have a lot of spots.
Carolina.
We skated under our carports a
Okay.
lot for many years. Like I have tons of videos of me just filming myself on stationary with like a spot that's like as big as this room, carport, just back and forth for hours, like trying 360 flips, kick flips.
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad walking in the background, like being probably just like, Jesus Christ, what is this kid doing? Like,
Dad walking in the back like Bigfoot, like
yeah.
this blurry image back there.
When you gonna get a job, son? I'm not. I'm gonna be a pro skater one day. Dad.
Skating.
I'm gonna
Actually, I'm going to work for Jackass, but then quit to be the editor in chief.
I'm gonna quit the successful TV show, bro.
Oh, dude. I always liked seeing underground parking lot footage. It just kind of brings me back. We used to have one up at UCLA, as a matter of fact, that we'd skate all the time. Day One has footage there.
Oh, yeah.
The Devil's
Oh, yeah.
Cavern.
Bruh.
They called it the Devil's Cavern because
that's a
on
cool
film
name.
it would look kind of orangish red
Yeah.
and the lights and stuff, but it always brings me back.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh man, a little underground parking lot, little
We
man.
had the Van Nuys underground that we used to skate by the Van Nuys courthouse.
That's what was unifying, right? Like all of us watching those videos, seeing you guys skate stuff like that, and it's just like we got those spots here.
Right.
Those are spots are kind of here, like curbs and like very
Manual pads.
Manual
Yep.
pads.
And the tipped over garbage can.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
anybody
That's
could
it.
relate to that.
That's it.
Everybody.
That's
could
one of the
skate
best
that.
obstacles in skating right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
For real.
Sideways
They're,
trash
they're
can.
everywhere.
Yep.
But I
You
could
just
never
tip 'em
flip
over.
over them. That's why I was tripping out earlier about the courthouse and the fountains. Like I could never flip over the cans or like tall stuff. And I'm like, how did you flip over the like Santa Monica fountain wall? Like that's so
Fountain
insane.
wall. But it's different though. We're talking length.
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
Girth.
It's
Yeah.
it's like as wide as this.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Girthy is always. But
Dude, people were doing crazy shit over that wall back in the day.
bro, nollie backside flips, like
Yeah.
just crazy
Krieger,
shit.
right?
Yeah, Krieger.
Switch inward
Costin,
heel flip. I think did someone
Yeah.
do that?
Nollie
That's
back
insane.
heels.
Eric did fakey flip.
Fake-
I think fakey flip.
Oh,
right
fakey-
over that
in a
shit.
long-ass
Fakey
line,
long
too.
line,
Yeah.
dude. Fuck out of here, dude.
Fake
Yeah.
heel flip on that. It's gnarly.
In a line?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
yeah.
a line?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
Super comfortable.
I think he came. Didn't he go up the stairs, down the stairs, and
Yeah.
come around
Yeah.
and do a fakey flip?
Yep.
That's
It's like the last.
that was the
and then he-
routine.
yeah.
That was it. He didn't go any. He didn't do anything after that. he was good. He was good after that.
Well, once you're in there,
Yeah.
your line's kind of done.
Yeah.
You're not going back out.
exactly.
You
We're
know?
in. I'm done.
Yeah.
Boom.
So that's interesting, man. That's a good.
Yeah, so we didn't have spots, but like for a while there, it was like, oh man, we got kind of similar spots. And then as skating progressed and like bigger handrails and better spots, it was like, okay, we still got the curb and the tiny ledge. No
Right.
handrails in our town. No like four stair, like steep ones, like bullshit ones.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I wish we had better spots. To like thinking back, I was like, I could have probably been better if I like was. Had better spots.
No
you know?
doubt.
Right.
Wait, definitely.
So was there a skate shop you were going to that you were getting magazines from or something?
Yeah. So there was Salty's skate shop in Florence, which was, it was called a Salty's surf shop, but it had skateboards and stuff for sure. But what's funny is like a lot of people, the first boards you saw were in BMX shops. Like the first magazines you saw were like BMX magazines, and you would see the skateboarding in the back. I didn't even know skate magazines existed. You just saw the ads in the back of Freestyling magazine, and then some of the BMX stars had like a few boards, like a Mike Smith or like a Sim Screamer, and you're like, oh man, those are sick. And then Salty's came around, and that was actually like had a full skate shop in the back and stuff, which is super cool.
Kind of a great name for a skate shop, though. Salty.
Yeah, salty, salty motherfucker,
Salty.
salty.
I think that's where we went to when we did a demo for Salty, I believe.
Oh, you did a demo
I
for
believe it.
Salty?
Dumb long ago, bro. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong.
You probably did one in Myrtle Beach.
That's
too,
where it was
maybe.
in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, so that
Oh.
Salty's wasn't there, but there was I can't
was
remember
a
the name of the
different
shop.
shop
Yeah,
Okay.
because my friends went and saw Real. Real did a demo there probably before you guys, like in 91, 92.
Oh.
And I missed out on going to that. And they're like, we skated with Jim Tebow and like saw him.
Wow.
Oh God, and Jim Tebow gave us like a book of his poetry, man. It's so sick.
Outstanding.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They still have it,
That's
I'm
so
sure,
rad.
somewhere, right? Yeah.
I think it might have been in the early 2000s, but maybe not.
Oh, early
'Cause it was
2000s?
in Myrtle.
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
Myrtle
yeah.
Beach.
Yes, I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember the video.
Yeah.
So anytime, like ever since I've been out in California, anytime any brand goes through South Carolina or whatever, I'm like, what? That's so sick for the scene there or whatever. And I
Yeah.
think Ben Colin was with you guys on that trip.
Yes.
And I was definitely texting him going, are you guys there yet? You in Myrtle Beach yet? What do you think? What do you think? You like it? Yeah, what's up? No, I was just like, play by play. Give me the play by play. This is amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Super cool.
I mean,
Were
yeah,
you on that
just-
trip too?
I don't think so. No. This was Girl?
It might have been Girl Chocolate for sure.
It's definitely when
'Cause it-
crowds were big and
the
like crazy. I remember the
yeah.
crowd, like, holy crap, there's a lot of people.
Because the
there.
early Girl days, I wasn't around.
Why not?
I mean, I was around, but I wasn't like,
You weren't on the trips.
I wasn't on the trips
Yeah.
or sponsors.
Like I said,
or
it was around
anything.
early 2000s. I'm not quite sure. like hone in on what that year was, but
Girls started in
93.
93.
Oh, they did
Till
start in 93.
infinity.
I could have been around, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to South Carolina. I don't think I've ever been to Myrtle Beach.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Chris. I'm going to need you to go check it out.
You should go, Chris. Yeah.
You should go. You should do a whole
From the
trip.
sounds of it, sounds like there's a ton to skate out there.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of
I'm
fun.
gonna have this
Right on the
place
beach.
fucking sucks, Jay. What the fuck are you doing? What are you talking about? You guys like flat ground? I'm sure we can fly some flat ground.
Hey, listen, you got some underground parking lots? Let's go.
we
You know what
got
I'm saying?
We got you, fam.
We're going to drive across the country for underground parking lot. But that's awesome. When did you actually meet, like, Kenny Hughes, Mike Sinclair? All
Not
those
till
folks?
out here.
Not till you were out
Oh,
here.
I did
wow.
have a run-in with Kenny Hughes when I lived in South Carolina. A run-in. Well, in the sense of I went to the Wilmington skate park in Wilmington, North Carolina. And we were skating the park or whatever, and they had boards at the front. And I was like, they had a Chris Markovich Prime board that was so awesome. And I was like, dude, I want to buy that. And I bought it from the shop at the front of the skate park. And I'm like walking out of the shop with it. And Kenny Hughes comes in, and he's like, whoa. And he like kind of looked, I can't remember our interaction, but he went to the shop dude and was like, yo, man, you're supposed to be saving that board for me. And I was like, huh? And he was like,
no
why'd
way.
you fucking sell it to that kid or something like that? And I was like, I just went to the car and like got in.
Oh, so he wasn't sponsored yet at that point.
I think he was getting flowed or like was maybe they were supposed to give it to him or something.
Okay.
Either way, like he was a dude at that time, like at least a local dude. That I
Wait,
was
did you
like-
know who he was?
I can't remember if I knew who he was. I definitely knew
How did
who
you
he
put
was.
two and two together?
Well, I definitely knew
Right.
who he was, but didn't know him.
Got you.
And then
okay.
it's like apparently I stole his skateboard. Not stole it, but I bought it from under him when the shop was supposed to keep it from me. And I was like, oh shit.
So were you hearing about people like Kenny Hughes coming up
Yeah,
when you were in
for
South
sure,
Carolina?
for
You
sure.
would be like, dude, there's this guy
Yeah.
in North Carolina.
Yeah,
Kenny
because when he made
Hughes
it
or-
into the Element video, we were like, holy shit, that dude's from North Carolina. That's
Right.
fucking
Oh, wow.
Because there's not a lot, right? So like, anytime anybody close in proximity, even Atlanta, we would fucking claim, like Andy Howe in the old New Deal videos.
Hell yeah.
He's Atlanta. I'm like, that's amazing. He's a fucking Southern dude. That's amazing. Like, so fucking cool. And one of his like skate TVs, he's like, yeah, come skate with me. If you see me on the street, come skate with me. And I was like, I will. I will. You'll skate with me if I just see you on the street, dude. Let's go.
Skate TV.
Yeah, Skate TV was the best. That was
best.
amazing.
Yes,
like
it was.
again, as a kid, like getting to see on Saturday afternoon on Nickelodeon Skate TV.
Wow.
Pink Motel, yeah, dude.
Yeah, Pink Motel. Did you ever go out there? Were you?
I wanted to. I got left. I remember fucking
Really?
West End, and a good buddy of mine. I think I'm not sure who it was, but they ended up going randomly, and I missed. Like I called, like, and I found out that West End had left like 5 minutes. And I'm like,
man.
Because they had a mini
we didn't have
ramp.
cell phones at that time, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had to hit them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had mini ramp there. They had the bowl, and it was just looked like a fucking fun time.
Yeah, it looks so crazy,
so
right?
cool.
Wait, so were you trying to were you making footage trying to get sponsored at this time, or were you just kind of having fun?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole time, I've never tried to get sponsored really besides the local skate shop. Like, can I get some free stuff from the skate shop? I knew I was never good enough to be legitimately sponsored or whatever. So I was like, I love this though. I fucking love it. And I love everything about it. And I'm looking at trying to watch every video I can watch, like see all the magazines and stuff. So it was definitely a huge part of my life. And I never thought I would end up in it. I was like, I'm still going to be a skater for the rest of my life, but maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I didn't know what I was doing in my life all the way through college. I was like, I don't know, fucking photography, whatever. I'll figure something out. And my dad was like, I'm paying for your college. What the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm working at the record store. Skating. I'm in a punk band. We were in a punk band all in the 90s, Prevail, like touring all over the U.S. Like,
Okay.
What?
Oh,
yeah, dude.
There you go.
So
That's
all through,
super
like,
dope.
yeah, so I'm a skater. I still am a hardcore punk skater, bro. Yeah.
Wait, what were you in the band?
I was a singer.
Oh,
so we were all in the hardcore. All my friends, like all my skate friends, were in the hardcore punk and stuff, and they started a band. So it was 5 of them already. Like a singer, my friend Evan, and I was the singer. But I didn't play any instruments. But I was like, man, I really want to be in this band. I wish I could be in this band. Like, and there was another band at the time that had 2 singers in the hardcore scene, and we were like, it can be done. You can do 2 hardcore singers or whatever. Nobody will mind. And so I
Nobody will mind.
I know nobody will mind. So I tried out. I like sang on a couple of like songs or whatever, and then it was like full on. Like, all right, you're in the band. Let's go.
Wow.
So we recorded like 7 inches and like a 12-inch, and played shows all over like South Carolina, North Carolina, and we would go on tour. We would drive for a weekend. So we would like, there's a big festival in Detroit. We'd get off of work at like midnight or whatever, 10 o'clock on Friday night, drive all night in the van, get to this place, play a show, and drive right back like 13 hours.
Oh my
13 hours to Detroit, fucking 30 degrees. I'm still wearing my blind cutoff shorts, you know, like get up on stage, we sing. All right, let's go back home. Boom, boom, boom. And then, dude, it was so fucking cool.
Were you like singing before that? Were you?
Never.
I know. What do you mean? You wanted to be in this punk band? You just go for an audition and you just wing it?
It's all screaming. You're just screaming.
Like, what do you? Yeah, what? So you just got in there.
Give us a sample.
It's real.
Yeah. Do you know any lyrics?
Yeah, yeah. So we would write our lyrics. So Evan would write his songs.
Did you freestyle when you were auditioning, or did you play one of their songs?
Yeah, I would play one of his songs. Like Evan would write the lyrics for a song, and then I would sing like whatever he wrote for the like chorus or whatever the thing for it. And then,
do you remember the song that you sang for the audition?
I can't remember. It wasn't really an audition. It was kind of just like, I'm going to be a guest vocals on this song or whatever.
Okay.
It wasn't like a full tryout. Like, we're going to try you out. It was almost just like, I'm going to sing on this, and then I'm pretty much part of the band. Like, we're all homies. I'm going to be in the band.
So you were homies with them?
Yeah, we were. These are all my friends. These are all my friends.
I picture you just cold
try.
email.
No.
I'm going to go out. I'm going to audition for this band.
Never sang before.
Never sang. I'm just going to scream.
No, these are all my friends. So these are all my friends I was already like hanging out with and being a part of it. So it was super easy to just slide in and be a part of it.
Hey, Jamie.
Yep.
The CD behind you.
Yes.
What's track 21?
21 is 9. 9.
You just wanted to know that.
Track number 9.
Track number. No, the song is 9.
Let's hear it.
Oh, you want me to
Rod
sing?
really looks into things like that.
I know.
He like really does.
He's like, I'm going to bring this up on the show, man.
Well, what's
I'm
crazy?
have him sing something.
Well,
There's a
we-
relation here.
Yeah.
The 9 Club. Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah, 9.
It was
Club.
meant to for this day.
It was. It all is full circle right now.
So you just scream.
Yeah, like, and you get used to it too. And if what's crazy is like, how does your voice not go out? It's like, well, you kind of like learn. Your voice kind of builds up and like can take it, and you can like scream fucking for an hour straight, and not be hoarse after it, because your vocal cords start learning to fucking just deal with it, and they get stronger and stuff.
Okay.
Is it kind of like Andrew Cannon? Who's
Yeah,
that?
he knows about my band.
Oh, really?
I think he knows about Prevail. Yeah.
because he does the screaming too.
Yeah, yeah.
He travels around, but like, yeah.
Which is so weird.
I always thought there
li-
was.
It's so weird. I can't picture. I'm sorry. I just can't. I cannot picture you up there screaming. I can't picture Andrew Cannon up there screaming. Like, I love both of you guys.
I remember,
just can't.
dude, one of the first punk shows I went to the punk show, and I saw a guy on stage, and I was like, I used to play baseball with this guy. Kirby. I used to play baseball with this guy. Yeah, Kirby. And he was just like a kind of chubby, kind of regular dude, and I was like, damn, he's in a punk band? Cool. And then the music started, and he just went, rah, and just went into it, and I was like, holy shit.
Kirby.
That's not the Kirby I know. You know?
Kirby, no.
Wait, is this the type of music that like
is
people are like
insane.
mosh pitting?
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
hitting each other and shit?
It would get into the crazy dancing where dudes are swinging their arms and like fully trying to like punch you out and like hit you and stuff.
Not a genre that I ever been interested in, never looked into.
Oh.
It's just so far off my radar.
Right. Then that's what's funny is there's not a lot of There's only a few like skaters that I've met through the years that were like, yeah, I was into the 90s hardcore punk scene. Not like Bad Brains and Miners Rep, but like the underground
Gotcha,
90s.
yeah.
Like
For sure.
like Ben Colin and like Vern Laird and Retta. They kind of know about some of those bands, and like Andrew Cannon and stuff.
Yeah.
Even Cullen from Adidas, like some of those
Isn't
guys.
like Anthony Clairval into that shit too?
Yeah, I think he is too.
he
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
He's into like the New York hardcore.
Right.
So there's like all these different genres of like, well, he was into that, but I don't know if he was like into these bands or whatever. But
Wow.
it's a whole world. And we've talked about like, dude, should we go back? We should get together and go on tour, because any band has an audience like 20 years. Like, any band right now
Oh,
can like
yeah.
go and like, we were around 20, 30 years ago. We can tour.
They're all going to bring their kids.
Yeah, no,
Like,
let's go.
you have like, don't you have 2 daughters?
Yeah.
Have your daughters heard you?
Yeah,
You're out.
I played it for them. And it was just like, oh god, like my you know how your music just is on random all the time, and the songs that come up on there, because I still like them. I'm like, these songs fucking rip. You know, like I wasn't kidding. Like with these lyrics, I was like, these are emotional, like cool, rad lyrics. And yeah, my girls will be like, oh my god. I'm like, this is your dad's fucking cool.
Your dad's cool. No, Justin Bieber's cool.
Harry
not
Styles
cool.
is cool, Dad. Yeah, he's cool too. Whatever, but your dad's sick.
Your dad too.
How old are they?
They're 16 and 13, about to be 14. Yeah,
Damn, really?
yeah. I got full on teenage. Like it's insane.
Holy shit.
I know, and I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like I'm still 15 years old. I'm still like dressed like a 15-year-old skater and
I
stuff.
know.
And you're just like, oh my god,
that's
am I
the thing.
embarrassing you? I'm sorry.
You're
sorry.
you're probably embarrassing them. It's
sorry.
but skating, it just keeps you young. I mean, look
It
at
does.
me. I mean, I haven't grown up too much.
I know, right? Like
You know?
like you get more mature. Like I don't want to fuck with people's property and stuff now.
Sure,
like you know that kind of
yeah,
shit. But
yeah.
you're like, I'm still a dumbass skater. I'm like, I
Yeah.
still just want to go skate a fucking curb
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
skate some flat bars and shit.
You have second thoughts now about like chipping up a ledge.
Exactly, and damaging like
This is a nice
mm.
building here. The architecture is beautiful.
Especially nowadays with guys like in the whole LA skate scene is like going into the suburbs, like East
Yeah.
LA, and skating people's like
yeah.
Like literally skating their front yard.
their front
Oh,
yard. And
yeah.
I'm like, I mean that is a sick spot. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, but that's so sick that you're
Can we
skating.
talk
Maybe-
to them? Is that okay?
I know.
Like,
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Maybe the people that live around here now are like kind of used to it by
They
like
have to be right. There's so it's got to be like such a-
nowadays. Maybe like 20 years ago, probably not.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I feel like
Depends where
Yeah.
depends where you are.
and what
Yeah.
type of spot you're like thinking about? If it's like on the front, like where the curb is, like where the sidewalk
Yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah.
Oh.
cool. But if you're going onto their property and there's a rail or something, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's definitely still like, hey, dude, what are you doing?
I think it's definitely zones because, like here in Venice, you probably see skaters all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in my zone, and I'm just like a couple blocks away. I never see skaters. It's just maybe one dude pushing down the street.
One of
That's
them,
it.
that clip of in the new Baker video, the guy kid doing the S board slide,
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
like that. Well, I was like, that's someone's very nice house, and that is their front yard. I'm like, that is how many tries did it take? He must have done it like in 2 tries because he had to have gotten kicked out of that.
And that's why I always wonder, like, did they go up and ask? Did they come out? Or like, hey, a lot of the times, like, hey, we'll repaint your
Yeah.
rail for you,
Right.
like, just to get this clip. Like,
Like, we can't
skating's
pass this up, please.
Right.
I know, please. We gotta
And then
do
he
it.
ran into the Porsche right after.
Yeah, I know. That's so fucked up.
Dude.
ran into
That's
my sign.
That's where the old guy in me, when those dudes run into the cars after the land, and I'm just like, God, if that was my car, I'd kill you.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
kill
I
you.
know. I know. It's funny getting older as a skater. You know? Like, I'm like, dude, if there was a skate spot across the street from I'd be so pissed.
I know, like, all these fucking
Hear
kids
these
making all this
click
noise.
clacks all
Oh,
day
yeah.
long. Like, no, I tell them to leave.
It'd be more like, land your fucking shit. Quit
Yeah.
fucking bailing everything.
Yeah, dude.
At least
But
land shit.
Growing up, I mean, not growing up, but I used to live with like Robbie McKinley and a couple other people there. And the 7-Eleven, the flat rail, you know, the yellow,
The yellow
flat,
bar.
the yellow
Scott
bar.
Johnson, he had the chocolate ad.
Who did?
Scott Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
I used to
Yeah,
live. I mean, in the alley right there. I used to live right there, and I'd hear a click clack or two, and I'd go out and I'd like creep in the alley
Yeah.
and like watch. You know,
See
But-
what it was.
now I'd be like, dude, this is fucking annoying.
I know, come on, man.
Like, just land
Get
the
your
shit.
trick.
Get out of here. I'm trying to watch my stories.
Yeah. I'm an old man.
Yeah.
I actually live next to that spot in San Diego. It's like right in PB. It's a bump over a guardrail that Jamie Thomas skates and fucking Welcome to Hell.
Oh, right
He,
there,
like
okay,
Wally's
yeah.
a tree and then like 50-50's up and transfers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would always like hear skating. I'd go out and just check it out. And
Go check it
usually
out, yeah.
would be homies. And I'd just go and hang out. And like Walker would like switch backside flip it or some shit like
Hey.
watch some sick shit happen.
Totally. But hey, listen, still 9 times out of 10 though, if I hear a skateboarder going by, I'm going to go out and look.
Exactly right.
I'm going to go out and look.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to see who that is. Nah, I don't know that cat.
Yeah, right. Like, hey,
There's a chance I might know that guy.
But it was
There's a
funny
good
because
chance.
like I would still do that to this day. But when I was in Barcelona, you hear him every day. You don't even go out and look anymore.
Right, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you hear, it's like a train.
I always trip out on that.
train.
so many skaters.
It's crazy.
yeah, well, I always wonder what the people in that city think like it'd be funny to interview just random people on the street. Like, what do you think about your city being invaded by like thousands and thousands of skaters?
Well, what's
every
interesting
summer?
about Barcelona
So
though,
crazy.
it's very tourist heavy. It's very
Yeah.
tourist
Right. Yeah.
touristy. So a lot of those tourists probably have no fucking
Right.
clue about skateboarding.
Like,
but the
whoa.
locals there, I mean, it's like another culture that
Yeah.
lives there.
For sure.
So,
They got used to it now.
They, yeah,
Yeah.
They
for
have
sure.
to 20 years of everybody.
dude.
going.
Especially if you're by a skate spot. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. We don't want to live next to this spot.
No, no,
Yeah, we don't
Oh
want to.
man.
no.
We're gonna be
Nowadays,
making too much
if I'm
noise.
going to go buy a house, I'm going to make sure there's no skate spots near there.
I'm going to skate stop on
There's no
myself.
click
Just kidding.
clacks.
No,
I wonder how
Dude.
Nodis feels by walking out and just being like right there.
Dude, yeah.
Because the curves, there's like mad people, and he lives right there.
I was thinking that.
But it's
the other
not
day.
right in front of his house.
It's not right in front of
It's
his
like he
house.
can't hear the
Yeah.
click clacks
Yeah.
when he's
Yeah.
watching his little
Yeah, yeah.
stories.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
When
he's
he's
shut the window. He's got to shut the window.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get double pane windows.
Well, I was tripping
soon.
out with him living so close to those curbs. I'm like, does he walk out there and like, does he not want to walk outside because he knows all these old
he-
idiots
bro,
know
he
who he
walks-
is?
Yeah.
He
I was
walks
gonna
right.
say.
He walks around and stuff.
Does he?
And yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
with
see
his
him all the
dog and
time.
stuff. And sometimes
I'd like to see.
we'll see him. He'll skirt.
Yeah, yeah, right.
around,
That's
you
what I'm
know.
saying.
But other times he'll walk right by. If he's going to the beach with his kids or something, he'll walk right through.
He's like, watch this, kids. Let me show you how dope your dad is.
yeah. Well, he's one of the dudes I always say on the show. Like, I'm still like, oh, dude, there's Nodis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Like, I'm not. I
It's-
didn't even
he's up
grow.
there.
I didn't even grow up in his era. Like, I wasn't
yeah.
even
You're not even.
But I'm still like,
You understand.
dude,
Yeah,
there's
you understand.
Nodis, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I went to a birthday party not that long ago, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's not." There's just kids.
We has like
Right.
this
He
long
was there? He
hair.
was
He
there?
was there.
He
Yeah.
just has the hair and just,
Did you go say what's up?
I did.
Okay.
Definitely.
Give
I
him
don't
a
think he
shot.
knew who I was.
That's the thing.
Just
Still
fine.
though, it's all good.
But he probably does. I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know if the
that's.
man,
I was just assuming that.
maybe
you know?
maybe he keeps. I don't know.
When I'm hanging out with Ballard, he took me to Guy Mariano's birthday party at a bowling alley, like in
random.
2000 or 90. And I'm like, with Ballard, we're walking up, and it's fucking Gabriel Rodriguez, Rudy, and everyone's like, talking about feeling out of place. Like, I was like, I shouldn't be here. This is too intimate. This is way too intimate. But I'm like, I'm with Ballard. Fuck.
Right. Here comes
Ballard's like, no shame in my game.
I know. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
At what time? What year was that?
That was probably like 2000. Like,
Wow.
yeah, early 2000 or whatever.
Just another year
Dude,
after you were here.
at
You're going to
that
Guy
couple
Mariano's
months-
birthday party.
Right.
At
When he
that
was an
point-
enigma at that time, right? That's when he was
Early
like,
20s.
Yeah.
that's when he was not around a lot.
Yeah, like those.
And already like fucking captivating.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I almost feel like all of you guys were like this mythical like legends. Like you would only see in the video, and you were lucky if you saw them out somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it just didn't happen too often.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it
you
was
live
such
in
a
Laguna, though. You live in
Yeah,
Laguna.
Oh, dude,
Laguna.
I was coming up to LA. True, but I was
He's like,
gonna-
nobody's coming down to Laguna. Why is no one here? Fuck.
Gons
I
came
got
in the
this-
80s and he left. Nobody came after
He's like,
Gons.
I got this dope underground parking lot here in
I don't know
Laguna.
why they're not skating.
Hey,
out
there
here.
was real Tribuca Hills High School that got hit a bunch back in the day.
Like, what was it called?
Tribuca Hills High School.
Yeah.
That does sound familiar.
Yeah, like Richard Mulder would skate there a bunch, and like Jeremy Ray and all these guys.
I don't know. I felt a little differently because, like, I think I grew up here in Venice area, so we had the spots. You'd go to the sand
Exactly.
gaps.
Yeah.
Everybody went there. You would go to the Venice Pit. Everyone went there.
So
Yeah.
Courthouse,
lucky,
everyone
Chris.
went there.
So
Yeah,
lucky to
you
grow
were
up with
lucky.
spots
Very, very
right in your fucking backyard.
I know.
It's so good.
I
So
know.
good. I know, dude.
I know. But it's funny to hear these things because I didn't grow up. I was
Exactly,
still
yeah.
starstruck.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
Daniel Castillo. I'm in the other pond at the pond. So he's up there. I'm like, dude, there's Daniel Castillo.
You in the junior pond.
There's Tim Gavin.
So good.
Got to buy some wheels off you guys. You know.
Yeah.
But then it got to be normal.
That must have been so fucking cool to just
my
interact with them and stuff. Like,
For
yeah.
sure. It was still a little, I mean, I was like shy and stuff. Like I would just literally, most of the times I would buy the product just so I could go up and like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Kick it.
hey, let me get to Gavin be all joke, you know, don't be leaning up against my Honda Civic with your blind jeans on and shit. You know?
They did do that with your little thing.
The little rivets?
Yeah.
Don't do that, dude. Scratch my shit, man.
But you would be like, oh shit, sorry, you know, because you would try to like be cool, you know, like
Yeah.
Try
hey,
to lean
kick
back
it.
on
Well, they're
How
like
much for them
they're looking in the
42s?
trunk and shit. I'm like, don't lean on the car. Oh shit, sorry about that, Mr.
Trying to
Gavin,
be all cool. and
Mr.
shit.
Costin. Sorry, man. Sorry,
Oh
bro.
man.
But let me get them 42s for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
That's amazing.
So, man, you're going to Guy Mariano's birthday parties.
Yeah.
You're going to
and I got to be there
companies-
for fucking when Guy Mariano shot the cover of Skateboarder, you remember the kickflip on the like white wall with the like arrows? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be there for that when Spike Jonze shot that. I meant to bring that issue. Like I have some mint copies of that one too or whatever.
That's a
But
good one. That's a good one.
that was one where it's like a super intimate deal. It's just like me, Mesa, Ballard, Spike Jonze, Guy, and maybe a couple other dudes there. And that's again when he's just like an enigma, and I don't know how they got him to like do all that and come in and skate. And I'm just like, this, you know, at the time I was like, oh, it's Guy Mariano again. There's my homie. I was at his birthday party. It's cool.
right.
I was remember me? Okay, never mind.
They had 4 alleys. I was in like number 6 alley.
Yeah,
But, you know, I was there.
I was there.
I was there.
I was there down the way.
But that's iconic, though. You knew
Yeah.
Spike Jonze and everything, too.
I knew of him
because
for
he still
sure.
wasn't big.
He was
Like, he
blowing
was
up at the time. I
okay,
think
yeah,
John
yeah.
Malkovich had come out being John
Oh,
Malkovich at
wow.
the time.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it was still like, holy shit, like he's coming to shoot this or whatever.
Right.
And Ballard was like getting the camera all set up and like just the real like style, like where the guy, he just walks in and goes, chick, chick. All right,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm good. I got the shot, guys. So it was like
One and
fucking
done.
cool. Yeah, no, one and done. We're good.
It was different back then.
Wow, it was.
Just
yeah.
the style of shooting, just the Hasselblad stuff.
Yeah, the hustle. Yeah.
And getting the shot, getting the filmer in there to get his shot, to the land and stuff
Exactly,
like
and
that.
that's
There
what's
was a
funny.
lot of
I
things.
don't. Mesa was there, and I don't think anybody filmed that whole session, which would have been
Rad.
amazing to have nowadays. Looking at it, right? Because he was just doing backside ollies for the photo, and of course, and those white walls are so hard to skate. That's
Yeah.
why they put the arrows on there so you could see the transition.
Oh,
But he was
I always
only
wondering about that.
yeah, so he was only doing backside ollies. But then, of course, he's got Mariano. It's like, oh, kickflip fakie, the steep ass fucking transition wall, and made it. And it was just like, holy shit, he just.
I mean, he could, like,
man.
Guy Mariano could skate anything.
Oh, he had to have some bigger
Anything.
wheels for that. I forgot, right? Yeah, because there were the big ass cracks in there.
Yeah.
But looking back at that now, it's like, yeah, if there was a whole, even just a behind the scenes of that.
Exactly,
You know,
right,
just
yeah.
like a dude filming the session.
Exactly,
Like,
just
that
raw,
would be
just wide
gold.
shot. Yeah, it would be amazing. Because that's when T4s were really big, and everybody had T4 cameras or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have a few T4 shots like with him.
That's a little point and shoot.
Yeah, the
type
point and
thing.
shoot, and he's like
Yeah.
all blurry, but like Mesa's in the foreground shooting on his T4, and I was like, I wish we would have
Did
documented
they get
this more.
permission? Did they get permission to do that?
Yeah, that was a full like
Yeah.
rent the studio
Yes.
out.
Okay.
And funny thing about the
Oh, wait,
video
that was at a
days.
studio.
Yeah, so that's at like a full-on studio where people. It's called a seamless. or
I'd have to
whatever.
see. Yeah, the seamless. I'd have to look at that cover again. I don't think maybe I realized it. Huh.
Yeah, it definitely was not like a spot. It's like
Yeah,
it was on La Brea, like right off La Brea and like the 10 freeway or
Yeah,
something.
I always wondered why they put the arrows on there, but it makes sense.
It does because
Yeah.
it's when you try to ride up those things, it's like fucking white.
Whose
wall.
idea was
Super
that?
steep.
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know
let's
if
shoot
that-
a photo at this studio. I
That
mean,
had to
those
be
studios
Ballard.
usually have perfect
That's what they
transitions.
do.
Yeah.
So,
They're usually sometimes steep, like super
Yeah.
steep though.
yeah.
And talking about that, the video days photo that I shot with those dudes, Gons tried to skate that's a seamless too. That was in a studio,
Oh, whoa.
and he went through the wall. We were like wrapping up that session on that, and you know, he's got his board in his hand, and you can see he's getting antsy or whatever. Like everybody's talking and whatever, and he fucking runs and tries to go up the wall, and for some reason it just gives, and his whole leg goes through the wall.
It was
or whatever,
literally
like,
balsa wood.
yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
You remember? You were there. Raj was there. Rogers
It was
filming.
balsa wood.
It was basically balsa wood.
And the
That
dudes,
thing is- yeah.
the dudes flipped out on us. The guy, because we were borrowing it. So the same company that owned us at the time had all the car mags up here in LA.
Oh.
And so we were using one of the car studios to shoot that. And the dude was like tripping the fuck. I was like, "You guys got to go, man. You guys got to go. Get out of here." I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He's like, "You got to go." It's like, "I'm going to be in so much trouble." And then they tried to like tell us that it was like thousands of dollars worth of damage or something. I was like, "Oh, sorry. Take care of that."
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's
must have
balsa
been,
wood.
bad.
Yeah, it's possible.
Let's get
My
the little
bad.
screws out. Let's put a new piece in there.
I was like,
Yeah.
but it was the Gons. You know, it was the Gons, right?
you must have been so happy to shoot that.
Yes, that was fucking insane. That was like, that's my life achievement right there. Right there, my whole skateboard life
for
achievement.
people that are listening, it's the iconic
20th
shot,
yeah, 20th anniversary video
of them
days.
in the car,
Yeah.
video days guys in the car with guy driving, Rudy in the.
It just felt like such an
shotgun.
accomplishment to organize all those dudes
Yeah.
and get them and interview them for the mag. And that's when we relaunched Skateboarder in the bigger format and stuff. And we're trying to like come out with a new format and like
Oh, yeah.
a really cool article. It's like, fuck yeah, like I got those dudes talking about, that's like my favorite video, and got to interview them all about it and stuff, and to be able to get them all together. And this is when Jason Lee's fucking
big.
Huge.
My name is Earl, like
Right.
kind of
Oh,
big,
wow,
you know,
yeah.
like right around that time. So I was like, dude, he's gonna be
You could
impossible.
tell, man. He's so happy. He's like, man, I'm making so much money right now.
Dude,
This
it
is
was
great.
Roger was like, they were just sitting in the car telling stories.
I bet.
That's the first time they'd all been together.
That's so rad.
Were you
since the
filming all
video.
that stuff too, Raj?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to find the link to it.
Yeah, so we definitely
okay.
Roger filmed behind the scenes of that and just rolled camera on those
that.
guys talking, and it was just
Love
like,
that.
oh my god.
So rad.
And there was nobody else really there besides me, Roger, John Bradford, and then like those guys. So it was like very, again, intimate and crazy. And it's like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Must have been a trip for them too, because you guys pretty much got the identical car.
Yeah, like our
You
art
got
director at the time,
everything.
Chris Bywater, like looked on Craigslist and found the fucking car that looked just like it was just some kid in like Palm Desert or something had it, and we rented it from him. And what's funny is like once I think we rented it for a couple $100. Like, can we just rent your car? I know you're trying to sell it. We just need to rent it for this photo shoot. And of course, when we shoot it, he comes with his mom and to bring us the car or whatever. And the mom's like, I didn't know you were going to have Earl on here. We would have charged more money for it.
No way.
They did Earl.
I don't know you, Earl. Earl.
Yeah, he was,
did.
and Jason was not feeling it. Like, don't call me Earl, dude.
Of course.
Earl.
That's the most
My stage name.
the stage name. Yeah. My character name.
I'm like, but they were like, yeah, you got a movie star, a TV star. Like, we would have charged more. They were
Yeah.
being silly or whatever. But I
Sure,
was just
sure,
like,
sure.
it's
so
still
fucking
skate. I go, it's still my budget. I ain't got to. You can't
That's
be charging
funny.
me.
That must have been crazy for them just to get together
It was so,
themselves.
yeah, just random people hit you up to rent your car, and then it turns out like a TV
Earl.
star is like in your car. Like,
Earl.
Well, I mean,
Earl.
I'm talking about the actual crew, the cast themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Guy and everyone like that, and
Yeah.
Gons. They're like,
Gons flew out just for that too. Like he was in New York at that time and he got flown out and came out. I think just for
Sick.
like 2 days, did that, and went back.
Video Days came out in 91?
Yep, 91. So we're right at 30 years. I should shoot a 30 year, like
Oh.
right over 30 years now, and get them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the kid still has a car.
I know. Let's go get the car.
Yeah. Earl will be there again.
I know Earl. Jason's
I need a little bit more money.
Give me that money, son.
Get that money. Amazing though. That's what's rad about this is just like you get to do so much rad stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Again, going back to when I saw that video, I remember first time hearing about it. Like my friend, like, you saw Video Days, the new Blind video? Holy shit. He's like, yeah, man. And having to hear about a video is the worst. I was like, I want to see it. I don't want you
oh,
telling
yeah.
me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Jason
it's
Lee
so-
kickflip back tails.
Exactly.
Like you like
Yeah. He's like,
this
see that?
tray flip over the
Yeah.
That
Gons.
was cool though when you did hear about tricks.
Yeah, yeah.
But you like it wasn't too in depth with it. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool sometimes.
It was. And I was just like, I got to see this video.
Yeah.
So seeing it back then and just realizing how impactful it was, and to fast forward to that time of like, I'm getting to like recreate these guys for the first time. They've been there. Like,
Have you
fucking
seen that
kid.
video yet, Kelly?
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
I have,
I
yeah.
have seen
You've
it.
seen that?
I'm not like I don't remember I'm not like
Yo.
I remember the whole
Sure.
thing like old girl videos.
Right.
But I have seen it
Okay.
at least twice.
That's dope.
At
Yeah.
least twice.
Yeah,
That's twice.
I mean, I
Twice.
started skating in '95.
It's only like 10 minutes long.
I know. But it's like literally
15 minutes long.
and what was it I thought they all died at the end. For real. Like it had like the 2000 like die,
Yeah, yeah,
1991.
What was crazy about that is like Gons was only 23, and that was old as fuck back then. It was like,
Yeah.
holy shit,
Yeah, no
he's
doubt.
23. He's fucking a grandpa.
And he's
Psycho.
It's
the
insane.
the music, everything about that video was
Yeah.
beautiful. And even how they did the ending with the slow mo and the
Yeah, yeah.
song and the
Amazing.
Paris,
dude,
Texas
it's
song.
so good.
I always thought a
Legendary,
cool
man.
idea would be to try to go find the car down in Mexico. Like, no one's ever going to like pull it out
It's
of a
still there.
ditch. It's
Still
got
there.
it's Tijuana.
Okay. Oh, they did that in Tijuana.
Tijuana, like it's in a ditch, ravine somewhere. Like, how cool would it be to go like find the Videos Days car still all like mangled in the ditch?
Did
with
Spike
stuff
talk
rolling
about
up.
that when he was on the show? Did he go down there with them? And
Yeah, he definitely was with them and filmed it. I bet you. Like,
I think
nobody
he talked
would.
about it. I think he said they just put like a brick or
Yeah,
something
brick on
on,
it.
Oh, yeah,
on the
that's right.
accelerator or
Yeah.
something. And
later,
just,
yeah.
huh.
Hey, for the 30 years, dude.
I know 30
Yeah.
years. I'm gonna go
Just
find
passed.
it. I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah.
Document your vlog your travels.
Yeah.
And,
I know, vlog.
going down to going down to Tijuana, man. And look for this
I didn't make
Buick
it.
Skylark. I don't know what it is.
I got pulled over. I'm fucking in jail.
Bring Bobby Puglio.
Yeah.
there
Oh,
you
man,
go.
he would. Yeah. I should collab with Pulio. Go find the fucking car.
Oh, he would probably love that.
Yeah.
Dude.
Let's use Google Satellite. We'll zoom in.
Dude, if you know
Figure
where,
this out.
listen, it's not about, if you know where it was.
That's the problem.
Google
I'm
satellite.
sure every one of those dudes like, I don't remember.
Right.
Nobody would
So long
remember.
ago,
yeah,
yeah.
like where they were at. It's like if you can give a general point, you can probably Google satellite.
Anybody remember?
Yeah.
Maybe Spike.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe that.
Yeah, he probably could do that.
I need to talk to him.
So throughout the years, you were doing like the skateboarder, then Trans World. Skateboarder just kind of fizzled out, and then you went over to Trans World.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
that the deal?
So I was with Skateboarder from 2000. 2000, yeah. I got hired. So, yeah, I did Jackass from like May of 2000 to October of 2000.
We're still talking about you got a Jackass job like a year into you coming
5
out
months.
here.
Yeah.
5 months.
5 months.
That's
And it was the
months.
first Jackass?
First Jackass,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
when we're filming the
TV
first
show?
season.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was the show. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, the fucking show. Real quick, that was like Ballard again. Ballard's like, hey, I'm going to go film with Jeff Tremaine. Those guys are trying to film a TV show. You want to come along? I had a minivan at the time. And they were like, you want to film, like, you want to drive us around? I was like, yeah, I'll drive around. I got all the time in the world. Let's go. First day, they're filming skits. I'm just hanging out, shooting photos behind the scenes, whatever, and driving. And at the end of the day, Ballard had like a big argument with Jeff Tremaine. And like they had a big blowout because they've been friends for a long time and they've had these occasionally or whatever. And he left. And seriously, this is the first day I'm meeting Jeff Tremaine, Johnny Knoxville, all these dudes. And I'm just a dude sitting there. And they're like, do you want to stick around and help? You can help film because Ballard was helping the film.
Got you.
Oh, wow.
This is how like raw, like they're like, you want to help film? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Just this? Okay.
Yeah. Zoom, put on autofocus.
I got it.
So I just helped them film the rest of that day. And then it was like, all right, cool. We film mainly on the weekends. Like we do stuff during the week and then we'll film on the weekends. We'll give you a call.
Huh.
And I just went every weekend from like May 2000 all the way through the summer, filming Jackass, filming the skits. Like I just became instantaneously.
And this was like their pilot. They were
This
like,
is all filming for the first season. Like it had gotten picked.
Oh, it had gotten-
Yeah, so it had gotten
Oh,
picked
wow.
up.
Okay. Well, it's Spike Jones behind it too. So I don't know how much of a pilot they needed
I
to
know,
do.
like, come
but
on. Yeah, because I know they shopped it around to a bunch of networks,
Sure.
and then MTV picked it up or whatever. But yeah, like we went to Westchester and filmed with Bam and Ryan Dunn and stuff. Like it was so fun. We went to Miami and filmed and like just fucking, it was awesome making MTV money. Like coming from working at a record store, making like $400 a month or whatever, was like making $800 a day on like shoots and stuff. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich. I would get the money out and just have all the cash in my room. Like, oh my God.
What do
was
you remember
insane.
like a specific skit that you were tripping on back then?
What the when we went to Westchester, well, one was Johnny Knoxville got set on fire early on when he broke his leg right before I started filming with him. Like he tried to jump the LA River, which was like the little thing about that big, and he sprained his ankle or broke it, so he had a cast on. And he one of the skits, we went to somebody's house in the valley, went in the backyard, and he's just going to get caught on fire, and then he's going to jump in the pool. And he got fucking caught on, like, they put all the stuff on him and he got lit on fire.
professionals.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
one professional,
Okay,
singular.
one guy.
Yeah, one guy. And they caught him on fire and threw him in the pool. And I was just like, dude, that's fucked. And it was so gnarly that they never aired it. Because they were like, you can't be having a guy get caught on fire.
right.
And shit. Like,
Was there a
insane.
way that he got caught on fire? Somebody just lit it.
It was just like he's Johnny Knoxville and I'm about to get lit on fire.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
So I just did that for nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
It finally came out years, I think, on a DVD bonus thing, but they definitely didn't let them air that. But I was
Right,
always
right,
tripping too when I was first meeting those guys because growing up and watching all the Big Brother videos, I was like scared of the Big Brother dudes. I was like, those guys seem like gnarly dudes. They're probably biggest assholes. They'll probably make fun of you, like fucking pick on you.
Sure.
And they were the nicest fucking dudes ever. Like they were the sweetheart. Like Jeff Tremaine's a sweetheart. Dimitri's a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah.
Knox, they were all. I was like, this is weird. It's like I'm waiting to get made fun of. I'm waiting to get pushed down. Like
Waiting to get caught on fire.
get caught on fire. Just
Yeah.
fuck this kooky kid. He's not cool. He's not with us. But they were always so fucking nice. And I was like, this is weird. Is it supposed to be this easy? Like, is it supposed to be this cool with everybody? Like, I don't know.
Seems like they're like having fun, but still like being that professional
It
at the
is.
same time.
They were, like-
and it's like and that's what scared me. I'm like, dude, it's like Cossack would get fucked with. Like
Yeah, yeah.
everybody behind the lens
Exactly.
would get fucked with,
Yeah, yeah.
but you'd have to be like, they're not just going to fuck with you at, when the cameras are off.
Exactly,
Like
yeah,
somebody has to be filming.
They're always popping you in the nuts. Anytime you're around them to this day, You have to cover your nuts if you stand with. And if you definitely get a photo, like somebody's taking a photo, you cover your nuts because they're gonna pop you as they snap the photo. So you're like, oh,
It's a sign of respect, too.
it is. Yeah. It's like, here you go, pal.
Don't they wear
Jamie's
like
sitting there
the-
like, I haven't been pumped in the nuts
I know
yet.
you haven't
like
popped me
these
in the
guys don't
nuts.
like me.
Okay, we're
No,
like
they
a,
pop me.
we're like a cup or a jockstrap.
I know,
thing or
right?
something,
It would
dude.
be very wise to wear a couple around it.
It's like,
It's
what the
insane.
You hit it, you're like, what the fuck?
yeah. Ow!
I'm prepared.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hurt your fingers on a cup.
But
guess.
So I would film with them all summer, and I was like going into the office every day, and like 'cause they had an office at Paramount Studios. I was going in there logging footage. I was like fucking doing, and then Jeff was like, you can like start doing some of the segments. You can start lining them up and like calling which producing them, like saying which clip goes where. And I was like, holy shit! I like told the editors like this clip needs to go here, clip, and so like I edited.
Wow.
Produced like a couple of clips like in the first season, and so they're like, I was like, can I get a new title? I'm doing more than just like logging, and they're like, all right, you're a associate producer. I was like, holy shit!
you get the same pay
fucking-
though. No,
I know, yeah. It definitely was not like we're
Can
gonna
I also get a raise?
I know, can I get a raise? Come on,
I know. I would have asked for a
raise.
raise rather than switching my title. Shit.
I know that's where I was like, I never cared about money. I was just like, I'm making money, I'm rich.
Was it hard to edit something just by writing something down? It seems like you would
No,
have
'cause
to
I
be
would-
there. Well,
I filmed a lot of it, but there was I think the clips that I did produce or whatever was like I'm logging all the clips,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is happening here, this is happening here, and some of them were super short, kind of like skits, so it was super easy. Like if it's like a 30-second clip.
oh, so each little bit.
Yeah. So
You're
like Dave
editing
England,
this little
Dave
bit.
England fucking runs
And then they're
jumps.
choosing where to put it in the show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was like,
Okay.
okay, open up with Dave running by the like stranger or whatever. Add the reaction shot of the lady now. Then he trips and falls or
Okay.
whatever.
Oh wow.
Okay,
So I would write that out.
You're going through. You're getting all the selects
Exactly.
of the bit.
Of the bit,
And then
yeah.
the editor's going through,
and I'm
and then
working with
you're-
it, and I'm
right.
giving him the like layout of it, and then sitting with the editor in the bay or whatever, and going, yep, boom, boom.
Wow.
And that's when so that was like all the way up into October of 2000, and then Ballard called me one night, and was like, hey man, just letting you know, I'm gonna leave Skateboarder. I'm not gonna be the photo editor anymore. But Maze is going to call you tomorrow and offer you the job.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what?
Yes.
Offer me the job to be at a magazine? I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, don't say anything or whatever. And so we go and eat at Highland Grounds. You remember Highland Grounds? That was a good fucking spot. Saw Quentin Tarantino there one time.
Oh, shit.
But we went there, and Mesa was like, we were sitting down with like everybody from the mag, and Mesa's like, hey, I want to offer you the job at photo editor at Skateboarder. And I was like, yes, I'll take it. Yes. Fuck yeah. And as they did, they showed me this cover.
Okay, Andrew Reynolds.
Frontside
frontside
flip. So
down
I
the Wilshire.
shot this photo, but I didn't shoot this photo.
What do
So
you
the
mean?
story with this was, again, with Ballard. He's like, hey, I'm going to go shoot Andrew Reynolds frontside flip the Wilshire 15. You want to come and help? Yes. Yes. I went on a few of those like night missions with them at Wilshire. This is when Wilshire's going
Oh
off,
wow,
right? Like,
that's a special time, right
dude,
there.
it was.
Paying security guards.
Baker
fucking,
2G, all this
yeah.
shit. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna shoot long lens, and what I want you to do is take the camera, take the fisheye, go up, and you're going when he cracks his ollie, open the shutter, click it, and hold it until you see the flash of my long lens
Okay.
shot go off. And so we'll have two angles. I'll have a long lens version, and we'll have a fisheye. And this was like a few months before, obviously, like in the middle of summer when I'm filming for Jackass, still going out with Ballard, doing all this stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. And of course, like I shoot it, he like makes it or whatever, and I totally forget about it. And then come to lunch that day, and they have the cover with my name on it. And I was like, why did you put my name on that? Like, this is your photo, Ballard. Like, I kind of like held the camera and shot it. But they're like, nah, it's yours, dude. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? This is too real, too good to be true. This is so insane.
So cover and job.
Cover and job, and I'm walking away from Jackass. So I'm like walking away from Jackass, getting the photo editor job at Skateboarder.
But you said
and
you
I got
thought
a
you
cover.
could do both.
Exactly. So I did. So I was like, yeah. And I went and told Jeff Germain, I was like, hey, I'm going to go work for Skateboarder. And he's like, really? He's like, I'll make it worth your while if you stay here. And I was like, I'm good. I'm going to go work for the Skate Mag. I want to still work with you guys, but I want to go work at a skateboard magazine. Wow. And he was like, all right, cool. And they still called me from time to time to go help film some skits. So I helped film some of the second season and helped film like a clip or two in the first movies. But Mesa was a mean boss. I was like, Mesa, can I go leave today? Can I go film some jackass stuff? I'm just sitting here doing nothing. This is a dead day. And he's like, nah, I need you here. And I was like, damn it, Mesa.
Really?
Come on, dog.
Mesa.
He was, he cracked the whip, dude.
Damn.
I was like, Mesa, let me go. I'm just sitting here. Because I would wait around, like, when I would go, those early days of being a photo editor, I was just, one of the funniest things was I would help him transcribe interviews. Mm-hmm. And one of the early skateboarder interviews was you interviewed by Kelly Bird.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, Mesa, I can't even get past like the first few lines of this because these guys are just talking to each other going, hey there, bud, what do you say there, bud?
Yeah.
At
that time. And that's funny. I think with Kelly Bird, was he a team manager?
He was a TM probably at that.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like, here you go, here's a tape, just transcribe this. And I was like, dude, listen to this, Mesa, this is insane. What you say there, bud? And I was like, when are they going to start talking to each other, like interviewing each other?
Oh my God.
Wow.
No wonder that never came out.
No, it did. But what's funny is I've told Mesa and we laughed about it, and then I told Scott Johnson would always cruise by and we would laugh. So to this day, when I see Scott Johnson, I'm always like, what you say there, bud? And he's like, I want to know about it. And I go, what's up, Dobbs? Because he knew Kelly Bird always did that shit
At
and
that
stuff.
time, it was like that was the shit.
Right? All you guys would do it and stuff.
Fucking around, yeah.
That's amazing.
It was short lived, but it definitely it resonated.
I still say it to this day, 20 years later. What do you say there, bud?
So dope.
To this day.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been dying
So
to
it.
you left, and I assume the calls for Jackass probably stopped coming after
Exactly.
a while.
After
Like, it just-
Mesa was cock blocking me from being able to go on the shoots.
Right.
But yeah, things started picking up anyway, and I started like, being more busy at the job because like I started out kind of like as a paid intern. I was just waiting to do whatever. Mesa was picking the photos. I would send them out to get scanned, blah blah blah, transcribe interviews and help. And then all those dudes left. Mesa left, skateboarder, O'Mealy, Oliver Barton, all those guys left and went to Transworld. Mesa went to Girl. And I had to do like 2 or 3 issues just with me and Donnie Miller, the art director at the time, by ourselves to keep the mag going.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know I was like, I kind of know how this process works and stuff, so I can get us through until we find a new editor. And so like I held the magazine together until Brian Peach from SBC magazine in Canada came down and was the editor of Skateboarder for a few years. And then he left, and I was like, holy shit. And so we looked for another editor. Went through that, and then that didn't work out. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll just be the editor of the magazine. I know how this thing runs. I've been kind of like talking to all the photographers the whole time, running the kind of back end of the mag and stuff. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. And from there, I was the editor, not in chief, just the editor at Skateboarder. And then Skateboarder went down. Skateboarder was, dude, magazine times that was crazy. It was just a slow death.
Yeah.
Just slow. You could feel it. All the way back from when Mesa and those guys left Skateboarder, I always thought, man, this might be our last issue. This might be our last issue. Like it was like post-traumatic stress syndrome because you never knew when they were going to pull the plug because things were bad and we weren't hitting our like publishers were always getting in trouble for not hitting the numbers and like it was such a slow and gradual death that you're just like every time you're like I don't know if we're making it. So it was always crazy to live another day and make another magazine.
Is that why everybody left?
Yeah,
because
it got
they saw the
weird.
writing on the wall.
Yeah,
or?
so it got super weird in 2003 or 4, and that's why all those guys left because it was like, man, this is fuck. They're trying to make us do something like become a kid magazine, do something completely different than everybody else. And we were like, we don't have to do something completely different. We can make good quality skate.
Interesting.
So they all left, and I was like, what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. I guess I'll just stay here and keep going until I was always like, I'll just move back to South Carolina.
Wait a minute. If this was like a mass movement, were you not hip to what was going on? Like,
No,
was it a shock to you also, or
Well,
was
we
it?
all knew because I think, this is around the time that all the dudes left Transworld and started Skateboard Mag.
Yep.
So
yep.
there was that. So that's what it was. So it was like all those guys left Transworld.
Atiba, everybody, yeah.
Grant,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
so there was
yeah.
all these openings for photographers at Transworld, and that's when O'Mealy and Oliver went to Transworld, took those spots. And Mesa was just like, I'm done. Like I trip out to think that Mesa was an editor too. Like he was a filmer. He just got pulled into being an editor of a skate mag.
Oh.
But he was tired of all the like deadlines and craziness too, I'm sure.
It's a lot that comes along with it, I'm sure.
I was going to ask, like, is that it sounds like it's very stressful, but is it really stressful month to month getting a full magazine done?
Yes.
I was gonna say that must be, especially if you're leading it, that must be psychotic.
Month to month is the worst thing in the world. Like I still trip out. Like Thrasher's been monthly for 40 years or whatever. Like they started out bi-monthly and got monthly, but I'm like, when we went bi-monthly at Skateboarder, I was like, this is the greatest fucking. No, even at Skateboarder, we were bi-monthly when I first started there.
Okay.
And then business was picking up because this is like X Games and all that shit was blowing up. So we went monthly. And you're constantly on a deadline. You never have time to stop and think. You're like always on a deadline. You're trying to like.
And that it could affect the product.
It does.
Yeah.
Like some issues are duds. Some are really good. Everything came together. But like, and then when you go bi-monthly, like every other month, it's like, oh my God, you got a week or two to breathe and like actually think about stuff.
Yeah.
And to like be able to think. Yeah. So it's gnarly. It's super gnarly, like being on a monthly deadline.
Huh.
So I was like on a monthly deadline for like 10, 15 years.
Jeez.
And then there was bi-monthlies in there. Even at Transworld, we went bi-monthly at the end and stuff. So
I was gonna say, once you finish a project, it's like your mind's.
yeah, you're like,
You're like-
I don't care to see this ever again. Like, all right, next one, we got to do the next
Once
one. Boom.
you're once you're finished with the project, you're already working on another project
yeah,
before
yeah.
that project's
Yeah.
even finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a rat race. You're constantly like, holy shit.
Did you? So you knew that everybody was leaving,
Yeah,
or
we had
it
like
wasn't
sit-
like a big shock.
No, we had to sit
Okay.
down and like we all talked and like we're
and-
like, what are we're gonna leave. All
And
right.
you just didn't go out and look for anything else, like Transworld, like a lot of people
No,
left
like-
over there. Like,
Exactly. Well, I'd only been doing it for like 3 or 4 years at a time, so I didn't have any like cloud or anything to be able to like.
Okay.
But I mean, they were still gonna. The new guy that came in, our boss or whatever at the time, was like, he supported us. It's like, if you can keep this going, just keep it going. I believe in you or whatever. So I didn't need to look for it. I was like, I'll just stick this out. And I
Got
always
you,
thought I
okay.
could go back to Jackass too at the time. I was like, if this doesn't work out, like if they fire me or shut down the mag, I'll call Jeff Tremaine. Like, hey man, I'm ready to start filming again.
right.
Let's go. You know.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
So that was my back pocket thing. It's like, I'll just
Yeah.
go to Jackass because they were still doing the TV show at the time or the movies around that time too. Still, so
and you wait. What did you say? This was how many years into it? 3 or
this
4?
is probably 2004ish.
So yeah, 4 years into
Yeah.
it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. So then, but you eventually went to Transworld.
Yeah. So Skateboarder
Yeah.
slowly died. The company that owned Skateboarder at the time bought all the Transworld titles. And so we were all under the same roof. And we kind of saw the writing on that wall of like, we were struggling at Skateboarder. It's like, well, they don't need 2 skate magazines. They'll drop us.
Okay.
And then at the time, all this again is another perfect storm of Skateboarder goes down. The editor at Transworld at the time, Kevin Duffel, left, and so they needed an editor. And I was just like, well, I guess I can try for that job. Like it just the timing was insane.
Got you.
Like all on top of each other. So I never was without a job in between Skateboarder and
Oh
Transworld.
wow. Yeah.
It was like October, right? Like August. It was August of 2013. Skateboarder goes down, but we were still being paid for 2 months to get the last issue out or whatever. And I started at Transworld by September, October.
Got you.
So I was like, I
Okay.
interviewed for the job, and I was like, I think I pretty much got it. I've been the editor of the magazine forever. Like, come on, like, come on, give it to me. So I was like, wasn't really tripping at all. Like, it just kind of worked out.
Was it weird going from a certain style of skateboarder to going to Transworld?
Yes,
Yeah.
because we were a small Skateboarder was always like 3 or 4 dudes, right?
Yeah.
And going to Transworld, it was still that was at the end of the heyday. There was still like 8 people that worked there. There was like 5 people on retainer, photographers, and we
Yeah.
had filmer. We were making Transworld videos still, and I was like, holy shit, I'm coming into a bigger operation. So it's definitely intimidating, but everybody was super cool, and like it was an easy transition. Like, yeah, it was super fun. And it felt cool to be a part of that history and legacy because Transworld was the first magazine I got as a kid. I was telling you, like, you used to look at Freestyle magazine and stuff. Didn't know skate magazines existed. And my sister brought home a Transworld one day with Rodney Mullen on the cover. I was like, hey, I saw this at the grocery store. Thought you might like it. And I was like, a whole magazine dedicated to skateboarding? Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing. So being able to work there was like tripping out. Like I was like tripped out that I worked in skating for all these years at Skateboarder, but I was like, I'm working at the first magazine I ever fucking saw. This is fucking crazy.
Hey, Jamie, before Transworld, Skateboard was like going digital
Yep.
and kind of killing it
Yep.
before we get the plug pulled on us.
Absolutely. So yeah, near the end of Skateboarder, we went. There was multiple times where it was like you got to reinvent yourself, and that's why we made the bigger, oversized magazines for a while.
Yeah.
And we went bi-monthly to kind of give us time to make like curated quality content.
Yeah.
And then they were like, all right, well, we got to change it up again. Advertising's not really coming through like we want. Like, we got to like blow people's minds. Let's go digital. Digital first. And it was like, all right, Jesus Christ. So let's switch up everything I know how to make them. So we got to think digital. You got to think we're going to make a digital magazine that's interactive and like click buttons and a video will pop up on your iPad. Because this is when they were like fully like, within a few years, every single person will have a tablet. Every single person. This is where people are going to consume their media.
So we're talking an app or a website?
It was an app. It was a skateboarder app. But you could see the mag on the website and stuff too. But it was all just like, this is 2013, 2012-ish or
It was
whatever.
ahead of its time.
It was definitely way ahead of the time or whatever. And we put a lot of work into it. We made 3 issues like that where it was a print hard copy, which was super cool. But then an interactive digital version.
wow.
But you had to think about digital stuff. Like, if we shoot a portrait of a dude, we got to figure out how to like animate that. Like, so shoot, like Maring worked with us forever. And I was like, you got a shot portrait, like shoot like a sequence of him and have it, move or whatever. So that when
Right.
we go digital, when we put it on the digital version, we can have it animated.
You're adding something extra than just the photo that you would
Exactly.
see in the
Yeah.
magazine.
So your brain was like fully like boom, boom, trying to think that route. And we were,
It was like NFTs almost.
it kind of
or
was.
like
Yeah.
a GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
GIF.
a GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a GIF. So you had to think of that. And then we were like obviously bi-monthly or quarterly at that time.
But
And
they were also doing Transworld videos.
This
So-
is a skateboarder.
This is still Skateboarder.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Skateboarder.
So when I
Right.
went to Transworld, forget all this digital talk, make a monthly magazine, go back to print.
So the people who owned Transworld bought.
No, the people that own Skateboarder bought Transworld titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when Transworld came in, they were like, okay, well, fuck all this digital shit.
Well, yeah, they were already still going with their monthly magazine and the skate videos and stuff. So there's Transworld moving along with monthly magazines and videos.
Yeah.
And then Skateboarder, we were here making fucking digital
Digital,
first
right,
and whatever,
right.
like bi-monthly shit. And I
Dude.
went over here into that stream of insanity of
I
a
didn't
lot of
even
work.
know that they had an app.
Do you feel
It was only like
it was-
3 or 4 months.
I
You
remember
would've-
that.
Did you have
you
the
could've
app?
blinked
Did you
and
know that
missed
they
it.
had the app?
I did not have the app.
See?
I remember it because I lived here with Raj, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is pretty fucking cool."
Thank you.
I remember. I remember it.
It was
but I
sick.
didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so quick, dude. That's how fast. Like they're like, you got to change it up quick, and you're like, oh, okay, you're panicking,
Yeah.
like, okay, we got to do all this stuff, and then you'd make 3 issues. All right, you're done. You're canned. Like it's over. Like,
And that's the problem too, is like those things take months to a year to years to catch on.
Yes.
And to
They told us if they gave
evolve.
us 3 more
Yeah.
months, we would have been like number 1.
Yeah, in the
That-
app store.
That
This
just
is the
doesn't
app
make
store.
sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going on this track, but we're going to ditch this track. But if we kept going, we would have been number 1. Like, what? How is that even a thing?
My favorite
Eventually people gotta
part.
hear about it.
Yeah.
But bro,
My favorite
We're going to
part-
cancel or just.
I
We're
know.
going to stop the 9 Club. But you know what? If we kept going, we're going to be huge.
You'd be huge. You would have been huge.
What? How does that even work?
Oh
That's
my
fucking
god.
bizarre.
Well, when I got to Transworld, my same bosses were like, "You should do the digital version that
Oh,
you were
yeah.
doing at Skateboarder." I go, for a monthly magazine? Like we were working like
Oh, yeah.
quarterly
Oh,
at that
yeah.
time.
Oh.
I was like, I can't. I was like, fuck you, no way, dude.
We are not doing that.
I am
Unless you
not
had the
doing.
help
I'm
to do
making a
so.
print
And-
magazine.
I mean, media started going so fast
Yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah.
It was like a daily. It went
Yeah.
from websites updating just regularly to actually
yeah.
like almost daily or every hour.
Yeah,
It was like
we need content on the
insane.
web constantly. You're just like, I can't
Content.
think about website, print mag, and then a digital print mag, which is a combination of those
Oh,
two.
that
I was
would've
like,
been
for a
psychotic.
monthly. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
No
Easy.
way.
I was like, hell no.
Wow.
And the Transworld was making videos. We're still making videos, and like,
Add
That's
that
a whole
on
thing.
there. Yeah. Fuck. That.
yeah,
And Transworld Business.
yeah. Transworld
Transworld
Business was in there.
was a big
yeah.
magazine. I remember looking at that. Yeah.
Did they still have the other like snowboarding and surfing too?
Yeah. So that's the thing is when I was at Skateboarder, we were under ASG Action Sports Group. We were skateboarder, surfer, snowboarder, and then they bought the Transworld titles, and it's Transworld Snow, Transworld
Yeah.
Surf,
Surf, yeah.
Transworld Moto. Like it was just like this hot, like all these mags together, and that's when they started being like, all right, we don't need this one. We keep this one. This one's more profitable. Let's keep that one.
Wait, is it common knowledge of how much these companies were acquired for?
I don't know if it is or not. Not sure.
Okay. Wondering.
I'm sure.
I'm just wondering, like, print is on the way out, like you said, like you
Yeah, yeah.
even knew it early on. So I'm wondering, like, how much these companies are selling for or buying.
I know, it's crazy.
Right.
Like pennies on the dollar, or are they like, what's their game and like they're buying all the content,
Like for a dying
assets.
industry,
Like,
Yeah,
it
you're
seems
trying-
like
you're-
it would be pennies on the dollar.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
You're trying to buy legacy brands is what you're doing. Like
Sure.
even if the print is going away, you're buying like an institution that's been
True.
around for 30 plus years that,
Yeah.
that you could potentially transform into something else. If
Into
the right
something
per-
else.
Yes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
right person bought it.
Right.
Didn't they buy the
Data.
4-in-1 stuff too?
Yeah. So right at the end of Skateboarder is when Grind Media that we partnered with at ASG had just purchased 401.
Wow.
So that came over too, and that was another thing of like, well, we got all this archive. What do we do? And you're like, it's too much content. It's so insane to try to do a skate mag and try to like pump out 401 stuff. You need like a full 401 staff.
yeah, you need a whole. You need
Yeah.
divisions.
Yeah, you need
for
to,
sure.
and they never
It's
wanted
like,
to invest in that. So it's like,
interesting.
all right, sorry,
Right,
That's
right,
a lot.
right.
I don't know what to do with that.
That could be quite an investment.
It is.
To bring that back to life like that, for sure.
Yeah, you need full team. Like you can't have skateboarder guys trying to do 401 content. The 3 guys that work at Skateboarder trying to do 401.
We
Yeah.
tried to breathe some life into it. We did all
We
those
did.
interviews.
Yeah, Roger helped. Like when Roger was working, I worked with Raj, bro. We
Yeah.
filmed like Jeremy. Like, all right, let's film an
Jeremy's my
interview with
boss.
Jeremy Ray.
Mm.
Let's film Jeremy Ray and like fucking have him talk about the first issue that he filmed for. We tried to do it, and that just lasted 2 issues? Jason Rothmar, Chris Ortiz, and that was it.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Because it becomes a like, fuck, this is a lot of fucking
What
work.
what year was this when you went over to Transworld?
2013.
And you, Raj, you worked for him in 2013 or 2014 or something?
Yeah,
We-
2013.
2013.
And 2012, maybe. It was how long?
2012,
Yeah.
Okay.
You just worked at Skateboarder, right, Raj?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was doing stuff for Krail Tap and then came over and was working with us, which was a huge, because again, like, all right, digital content's coming and
Yeah.
Roger was helping us make video series and stuff. Like
Yeah, the blind thing was the first thing I shot for you guys.
that, yeah, that's the first time I
Interesting,
contacted you
okay.
to like,
And that was like
can you-
11 years ago.
Yeah, can you come help? Can you come help film some behind the scenes? And he was like, yeah, I got you. Roger was always so fucking down, you know,
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, competent fucking filmer that's professional. He comes from the Jackass family with Bam and stuff. You know, we got
Viva,
Oh,
history,
yeah,
bro.
you guys-
Viva la
yeah.
Bam.
Viva la Bam.
Yeah, yeah.
Close ties here.
This, you
Guys
know,
are rubbing elbows.
Very incestuous
with-
over here.
we're, MTV, you know.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hollywood.
Skateboarder was so sick growing up, and especially in your era when you were there with Mesa, because I felt it was so heavily tied to all the girl chocolate.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
I was like, when Skateboarder came out, I was looking through that because I knew it was a kind of crew of the dudes I wanted to see.
Yeah.
You know, and I fucking loved that. So thank you for
Well, that's
and Mesa too.
exactly. That's all Maze, and that's
Yeah.
I trip out that I got to meet Maze, like be on his side, you know, and meet everybody, and like when you're walking in with Maze into a room, you're with somebody, you know. It's like fuck, just being able to be with him and Ballard and those guys was like huge to be able to like set a tone for meeting people and not being like some random Southern redneck. Hey, Bo. I want to shoot a photo of you.
right. Well, it is one of those things too. When the newer like when Skateboard Mag came out, kind of the same thing. It was like, oh, cool. This is all the dudes I want to see.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all the guys Atiba's shooting and
Yeah,
all those
yeah.
guys, and it's like rad.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
So rad.
Skateboard Mag was fucking
because
sick.
Transworld. I mean, listen, Skateboard Mags have gone all over the place, from thick to thin
Yeah.
to the Vogue style, huge like Bibles.
I've been going through my archive of mags of Transworlds and skateboarders and stuff, and it is insane when you have them next to each other and you see the ebb and flow of like them being big, and just like you
Right.
can literally see the industry being super healthy and then
Oh, wow.
dying slowly and
Oh,
stuff.
that's
It's
so
Yeah, when you-
interesting.
yeah.
That's pretty interesting,
those
actually. Yeah.
Transworlds in the 99, 2000, 2001, they're like like you're saying, they're
They're-
fucking
yeah.
thick. Dude.
They
They're-
were big.
And that's where I trip out. I'm like, how did you make a 400? Like, Skateboarder was always like 100 pages, 150 pages or something. Like, 400 pages every month for those Transworld early years. I'm like, good God, that's so much content and so much, like, on a monthly basis was incredible.
Oh, man.
So insane.
That was the
Getting a lot of ad
ultimate.
sales.
I remember in high school.
Yeah, I know. Ad
that
sales
was,
must have been like,
Wow.
making money,
For
baby.
days.
dude, those are such good times. In high school, I would just be reading through fucking. Or if you didn't be sly with it because you couldn't read them.
Yeah, yeah. this
You'd put
huge.
it in the
little peachy folder.
the of the folder. You put it in the sheet or
Yeah,
on the front.
yeah,
And
yeah.
just dude, just put it right there.
little
Yeah.
peachy
Just
folder.
Robbie
Some
McKinley
Yeah,
interview.
you know the
Sick.
tricks.
Yeah, I definitely have Ryan McKinley in the front of my shit.
What do you think was what do you think like what the percentage was in those thick magazines? What do you think the percentage was of like just ads?
ad ratio and
Yeah.
stuff, it probably was like 60-40 or something, like 60% ads,
Wow.
40% content. Like they had
What are they selling ads for back
Those
then?
must
Like
have been insane.
a
The
couple
ad sales-
thousand or more?
for sure.
or
But
a
this
page?
is like fucking all the video games and like Sunkissed
Like
and
those
like
car
Gum.
things
Army
and-
commercial.
Yeah.
Army
ads.
Ford. Like,
Remember Fog Dog? I brought it before.
Fog Dog?
Carl had an ad way back. I love it, dude. But
What is it?
I think it was a cell phone company or something.
Oh, but Carl had an ad.
Yeah, but I knew it was
For them.
Carl, but I don't think it had Carl's name in it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
But these were just random ads. It was like Ford.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this stuff.
Even skateboarder, when I look at some of those early 2000 skateboarders, I'm like, Irish Spring Soap is advertising in this shit. I'm like, that must have been.
It must have been the
Degree,
ad agencies,
Degree.
though.
They were just like-
it's like Degree's not hitting up Trans World. It's the ad agencies that are
Yes.
spreading these ads out
Yeah.
throughout every.
They're like, we got to hit this youth market, but it's just
Right.
like look at like knowing what it got to in the end of Trans World and skateboarder days of like begging for money from brands to knowing back then that somebody was just like, here you go, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think
$1,000.
like in the height of you working at Trans World, like how many employees did like Trans World Skateboarding have?
Yeah, like probably 8, 10,
Okay.
12. Like
8, 10,
all
or
the way,
12?
like I'm thinking publisher all the way down
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
freelance photographers and stuff is a lot.
It's-
And that's where the business side is hard because you're supporting so many individuals, right?
That's right.
And you're part of a bigger company that's trying to support all these different mags. And so
You have, say, you have like, you know, your payroll is X amount, 500,000, 750,000, and then then your ads are diminishing.
Yep. And you're having to lay off people every year.
What do you-
As soon as I got to Trans World, every year it was like cutting retainer photographers, cutting filmers,
Right.
cutting. I was like,
Damn.
this is fucking awful. This sucks. And you can just see the writing on the wall. And it's just like, oh fuck.
Not only payroll, you got rent, you
Yeah.
got
Oh, yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
Electricity. I mean, there's so much that goes into
That's
it.
what saved us at Skateboarder for many years. Was Surfer Magazine was under the same umbrella, and they were crushing it forever. They were like a 60-year-old surf mag, and so they were like, they were floating the boat for everybody. And then Snowboarder was killing it for a long time, and so like we would have been shut down if we were like an independent skate mag for sure. But those other brands helped survive. Keep us,
okay,
yeah,
interesting.
for sure. Wow, it was tough, man. It's crazy, and that's why like I was gonna say like. Starting a new mag now or whatever, like if you start small and you can survive instead of like having a skate mag having like a whole bunch of employees and a giant overhead right now. It would be tough probably, but
Sure.
as far as a print mag, but
Right.
So is that why starting a new magazine?
hence starting my new magazine. Just gonna slide in there.
There you go.
I don't know what else to do with my life. I've been making magazines fucking for 20 years, and I was like, there needs to be more skate magazines in the skate world, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was like premium, try to make a premium mag quarterly.
Yep.
Quarterly.
Gives me plenty of time.
Yeah.
you guys should do monthly.
I'm going
You should go
monthly.
monthly.
I will never, ever go monthly.
Let's go
ever
weekly.
again. Go weekly. Yeah.
Is there a daily magazine that comes out?
We need a daily
Yeah,
mag.
daily.
Come on.
That's gonna do it.
Yeah. And it's called Closer, as in get closer.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a
Love it.
discussion on the show.
I saw that.
It's a word that has two different
Exactly.
you know
exactly.
ways to pronounce it.
It
So
does.
we didn't know if it was closer or closer.
Or closer or closer. I'm
Right.
closing these deals, and we're getting closer.
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I was like, I want to just make a magazine, and like, if I can do it by myself, like I'm doing it fully by myself, with a printer in Costa Mesa. I'm doing it with all the like working with everybody. I got Grant Britton is helping out, Tobin Yellen, Mike
Nice.
Blayback,
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Friedman, like all the way to Anthony Acosta,
Oh,
like
geez.
Mike Hikola, like dude, so many people because I want like old shit in there, I want new shit, just everything.
That's what
That
we
is-
were
That's what we were
talking
hoping about. Yeah.
I know, because I was like, the Instagram makes it look like it's all old, even though I tried to put a bunch of newer imagery at the end, but it goes by so fucking fast, you don't even really see. I'm like, I'm trying to show this a timeline of just inspiration of magazines of past and all this shit. Like,
What's this gonna be?
yeah, what's this going to be? It's just like, it's a skater's brain, just all this imagery and like articles and stuff like flying at you that needs to come out and like pay tribute to.
Well,
That
here
is-
I wanted to say this too. Like you were asking earlier if I saw the blind video days, and back then we didn't look at what was before us. Like none of my friends did. It just
yeah.
it just and plus it was
I didn't either.
Unacceptable. It was
either,
you
really.
couldn't see it that
did.
good.
I did.
I think now is the perfect time to integrate that because
yeah.
now I'm interested in it and you could tell a story.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
if you can tell that story, I'll listen for sure.
Yeah.
Especially you have Chrome Ball?
Yeah, Eric Swisher's helping out. He's
That's
gonna do
amazing.
like super in-depth interviews
So
and stuff,
rad.
which is awesome. He is the biggest skate nerd in the fucking world. Like, he blows my mind. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how do you fucking know that information?
Yeah.
Like, I
Right.
thought I knew a lot. You fucking know so much.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
perfect.
You're perfect for the job. You're in, kid. Get in the ball game.
He could relate every era and
Yeah.
explain it to any skateboarder.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And
Yeah,
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
He does
so
a great
good.
job with his Instagram, obviously. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And his website, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
he's
didn't
going to
know he
help
had the
out and be a
website.
big
Yeah.
contributor and stuff, which is awesome. So, and then I'm trying to just work with every photographer, every writer, and just do great stories and stuff, and like deep dive interviews and stuff, and like quality skate photos, classics. A lot of skate photos too that just over the past few years have only run on Instagram or like never saw print. So it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
not that it's all going to be that, but it's like, that photo was amazing. Acosta, that photo, you only printed that on Instagram? Like, fucking, can I have it and print it? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I
That's
say
it.
printed on Instagram? Anyway, post it
Doesn't
on
matter.
Instagram. Yeah, whatever.
Publish.
Published on Instagram.
So yeah, let's get into this closer thing, because like, you know, you've been through it all with magazines.
Yep.
You've seen the decline. You've seen it all. But you've also seen where the digital world's going as
Yep.
well. Like, but like, what was your like thought on getting back into like doing a print? Because I don't care who you talk to, they're gonna say print's dead. You know,
Yeah, with
it's like a
lot of-
lot of. That's what they say.
Yeah, a lot of people say print's dead, but then at the same time, a lot of people are like, yeah, we need another skate mag. It'd be cool to see another skate mag, have another voice out in the skate media.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Because print's not dead. Thrasher still prints and is fucking killing it still to this day. And like, if you go, there's still newsstands. People appreciate things that are tangible.
Got you. Yeah.
And there's a generation of skaters nowadays too that are like in our age group and a little bit younger and a little bit older that are all about preserving skate history, collecting
Yep.
things. And
Yep.
that's where I was like, there's an opportunity to make a really rad magazine that has a lot of history in it that will be something that people will want to collect.
Right.
Rare photos or just rarely seen photos, and just like interviews with photographers and stuff that we all grew up with and admired and stuff, and still incorporate new content, new skaters. Because all my friends that skate back home in South Carolina like are fully engaged in current day skating. They all grew up in the 80s with me, skated, all loved that era, but they still love following everybody, Yuto on Instagram, and like,
For
you know,
sure.
they
Yeah.
follow all of it. So I'm like, there's a way to blend that and just be an authentic voice.
And I love that. And I think because
Yeah.
on our other show, our experience show, where we just sit around and talk about
Mm-hmm.
skateboarding and stuff like that, and what's new, what's coming out, videos and stuff like that, we were entertaining the idea
Yeah.
that that's what this magazine was going to be.
Yeah.
Like old stuff mixed with new stuff,
Yeah.
telling old stories,
Exactly.
which is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's why a lot of people get drawn to like the 9 Club, is because we have those older
Exactly,
guys on the
right?
show,
Yeah.
Totally.
and it's some place where all that stuff lives. So
Absolutely. You're telling
You
the
can get
history of
information,
skateboarding
yeah.
one person at a time, which is amazing.
Yep.
And that's where, like, over the pandemic, I was like, I went through a fucking super gnarly rabbit hole of love letters with Jeff Grosso and stuff.
yeah.
You know, like you would watch those when they came out periodically or whatever. And then, but when pandemic, you're at home all day and you're just on YouTube and it's just like playing like 20 episodes in a row. And I was just like, holy fucking shit, this is amazing. Yeah, right.
so
So much content, so much love of what skateboarding, where it came from and why we are here.
yeah.
And I was like, I want to keep making magazines. I want to keep doing this shit to be a part of that story. Somehow I was lucky enough to fall ass backwards into all of that shit for 20 years of making magazines. And it's like, I don't know how to do anything else. I don't really have any proper job skills. I looked for jobs and I was like, I don't know how to, I don't want to fill a resume out. I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking do that. I want to
Like,
do skateboarding.
You got to get on LinkedIn. And,
Exactly, right? Like that feels
right.
fucking weird. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I was like, I want to do skating. I was like, there's no other real magazines out there. Like, I can try to create a new skate media company or whatever, start as a premium print, and then just grow, and, you know, be authentic and real, and just make something rad and just work with everybody again. I've been talking to so many photographers over the past few months, getting it going, and like,
Love that.
it felt great to
Yeah.
kind of reconnect and be like, I need photos.
And I'm
you
sure
know,
they
again.
were stoked too, because
Exactly.
they're really not doing much
Exactly.
with any of that stuff
Yeah.
either. They
Yeah.
probably
There's
have,
only
I mean,
limited
these
space.
photographers have just a vast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
You're
must have a
shooting some-
great time going to each photographer's like little zone and looking through their photos.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah.
getting, especially with Grant Britton's been a huge help. And like, like at the end of Transworld, I kind of like, I did an article with him in this issue, the last issue of Trans World, where we got to go dig through some of his rare photos that he's been scanning and stuff. And I was like, fuck, this is amazing to get to work with Grant Britton. And then we went out of quit printing right after that. And I was like, fuck, I was wanting to make that a regular thing of like kind of digging through Grant's photo archive. And now that he just made a book, he's been scanning shit tons of photos and stuff that didn't make the book. And he's still going. And so I like reconnected with him and said, hey, I'm starting a new mag. I'd love to have you in there. Like, so I'm doing an interview with him in the first issue. And then I want him to have like some little piece in every issue of like little storytelling about photos and stuff.
And that's what I love is I love the behind the scenes of stuff. So you could take like one photo, one moment in time, and like there's so much probably that happened that day leading up to that. Or the stuff that the skater won't even talk about because they're not, you know, they want to talk about the trick or this or that or what happened to them. And I think that's a great like angle, you know, because some of my favorite 9 Club episodes are the filmers, photographers,
the people that are behind the scenes right?
stuff. I love them.
Yeah, exactly. Because
So
like
good.
they're the people that make the whole fucking thing go around. Like
Totally.
skaters are amazing and stuff, but it's like you got to document it properly and like package it right, edit it right, make these people look good.
It's teamwork.
Teamwork.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Was there because when you say, would you say high quality print? What would you say?
Like, premium paper.
Premium.
Yeah,
so
like
you're
a
gonna
nice paper.
you're gonna go for premium paper.
Yep.
What about distribution and all that? How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, so the whole like kind of model is like a subscriber based model.
Okay.
So I have on the closerskateboarding.com, you can subscribe to the mag and you'll get 4 mags for the year.
Okay.
And that helps fund the mag. Like I'm working with brands too or whatever, but it's like the subscription is like you're becoming a member of this thing I'm doing. You know, like, right? Like I'm trying to start something new, and that's all support and help of something. Again, like an independent, I'm like, it's just me with the help of people, but I'm doing it myself.
Right.
With like my friend Sammy Spatera is going to art direct it, Eric Swisher, Croneball, and then all the contributors and stuff. It's like, this is all hardcore skaters making a skate mag for the love of skating and want to like make something premium and quality that people can collect and hold on to. So I'm working with a printer in Costa Mesa that will print and then fulfill those subscriptions and stuff.
Got you. Okay.
So that's how it gets out there. So they print it, and I give them all the addresses of the subscribers.
Got you.
And then I'm about to set up a thing for skate shops on the site too to be able to sign up. You know, like I know skate mags don't do great in skate shops a lot of times. They just sit there and stuff. But I think with something new, I think a lot of brands, the skate shops would like to support and just try it out. So I'm going to distribute it throughout the U.S. and international too. So I'm trying to just get that shit out there as many people as possible. So
and you were saying also that it's not just going to be print. You're going to do like a digital form of some type of
like down the road.
content.
Like this first year, like as much as I worked in the skate mag industry, like I never had to deal with the business side as far as like starting a fucking business from the ground up and like getting the LLC and stuff, right? So I'm like trying to just get my feet under me this first year or whatever, like get the mag going, get the cycle of that going, figure it out. And then like I want to definitely dive into like video content, digital content, like just become a media brand, not just a print mag, but something that's viable for like brands to work with. I'm like, let's do a documentary about somebody. Get Raj on the camera again, filming some documentary stuff with me on the side. You know, like I want to tell skateboarding stories. So
Are you
all realms?
So you're working on the first issue still?
Yeah. So I have it pretty much done with all the content, and then my art director is going to work on it all this month, and I'm looking to have it out by April. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So like
early
you're only you're working at 3 months at a time, 4 months at a time?
Yeah, so this one I was hoping to have out by March, like right now or whatever, to kind of fit in the like quarterly time frame of a full year, calendar year. But it's going a little bit slower, you know, like trying to like.
Well, you want to make sure it's right.
Exactly. I want to make sure it's right, and then working with everybody that's helping has full-time jobs. Like I'm the only one fully invested in it. So it's like I have to work with the art director and the writers and stuff that are already doing other shit. So that's where I'm like, once I get it going and it becomes a real thing, then people will know.
And then people, like you said, they could go to closerskateboarding.com if they want to subscribe to it.
Yeah.
And it's just a subscription. They can't buy like a single.
They will be able to. So right now it's just put the money in for a subscription, because the subscription is a better thing right now. It's like starting to be like, you're a part of this. Like I can count on you to like want to see 4 issues at least.
Sure.
And then but when I make the skate shop thing, I'm gonna just probably make a link for like single issue copies, and then give skate shops discounts to get it lower, and they can order multiple copies.
Gotcha.
But then once I start building up an actual archive of mags, then people can go back and buy single copies.
Yeah.
Get the ball rolling.
Get that ball rolling.
No, it's amazing. I applaud you for taking those steps, because I think what you want to do is, like Kelly was saying earlier, it aligns with kind of us older cats who will buy magazines and stuff and like see the history plus the new stuff. Yeah. Kind of like our Instagram feed, right?
Exactly,
I follow Steve Caballero, so I'll see the Steve thing, and then I'll,
Well, there's certain Instagram accounts, like you said, like there's vintage skate, whatever, and then like you have Swift Blazer,
you got
and
Memory Screen,
Manolo's tapes, and then like you have Thrasher, which is like, they're covering everything, but like all the new shit, and you're like Free Skate Mag,
exactly.
You're like,
that's what I'm saying. There's like 50 years of professional skating that's just all floating around in some fashion, video, photo wise, and it's like, let's pull it all together and just have. Not Thrasher's doing it too or whatever, but it's like, I want to have another voice of like, this is what I think is cool. I think this shit's cool right here. Yeah.
And that's like, I think what's, Instagram is what it is, right? But I think you go on YouTube, you can make playlists for different things. You could like, oh, here's a playlist of all, whatever it is. And Instagram is just are you just going to scroll? How long are you going to scroll on somebody's feed and look at every post? Right. Or it becomes this like, just this like hodgepodge of just.
It is. It's like a big fucking mess of stuff.
There's no way to categorize it.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say, which sucks.
Yep.
Because I want to go back. If I want to go back and find an Instagram post,
Forget
luck.
it.
I don't know who posted it, and nowadays especially, they're putting people I don't follow in my feed and stuff. So I don't know who I'm following and who I'm not following.
You ever go through that and start
liking
shit, and you're like, wait, I don't even follow this person. What the hell did
they
put that in the feed?
Oh, I'm gonna unlike it.
I know. I don't even follow it. Now they're gonna put it in there more.
Sponsorship is definitely getting heavy.
It's crazy.
Throwing in there.
It's crazy. I'm seeing people's posts and stuff. So, but it's an interesting ride, man.
It is. It'll
be fun.
Yeah, I'm like so fucking like, I still trip out. And I'm like, when I get this first issue printed, like, I might cry, like, because this will be like so special that all the stuff I made before was like amazing, and I can't believe I worked at Transworld and Skateboarder, but I'm like, this will be mine. Yeah. This will be my voice, like adding to the conversation and adding to the history timeline. I'm like, dude, that's gonna be fucking crazy. Like, all my friends back home, like I trip out with them, like, I'm making my own mag. And they're like, fuck, that's so insane. I'm like, but I worked in magazines before. And they're like, yeah, this is yours.
right.
This is yours. I was like, that is. It's so fucking cool.
I mean, and you have all of your photos too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now that was the one thing too. Is like, when we quit printing in like 2019 with Transworld, I'm still shooting photos, and I'm like, motherfucker, I need somewhere to print these photos.
Yeah. So
there'll be a couple of like older photos of mine in there.
Oh, for sure.
Do you think you're gonna put any of the photos from the Olympics in there?
No, remember Jeff said we couldn't do it.
Oh,
I would like to. Yeah. So me and Kelly were in the Olympics together. Somehow another opportunity where Jeff Landy, photographer, was working with World Skate, and fucking. You want to go to the Olympics and help me? Like, yeah. I wasn't even supposed to be shooting there because he had Atiba and Bryce. Bryce Knights were like hired as the photographers, but Jeff's a photographer and I'm a photographer, and he's like, bring your camera gear just in case, whether how strict they are or not. We'll see. And I was like, all right. So I brought our camera and got to fucking shoot the Olympics. Sick. And I was like, this is crazy.
Oh, we were all technically journalists.
We were all technically journalists. Yeah. And I was supposed to be helping Jeff with the web, but he pretty much handled the web. And I was like, can I just go shoot? And he's like, yeah, go shoot, fuck it. Because that helped me make a book too. Like we made a book afterwards.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That he's still getting out right now. So we worked on a book all last year. And, but I think that was a huge thing too, just being at the Olympics. And, it was surreal and crazy, but and it made me think, like, I want to do core skating. Like, this is amazing to be able to be a part of this and be able to, like, put your foot in this world, the fucking Olympics, like skateboarding, and, like, only 10 people. How many like skaters were there outside of the skaters like us? Like there was
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, and then like the coaches were there.
The coaches,
and then,
like it was very, very minimal
Right.
people
Yeah.
that got to experience the first skateboarding in the Olympics. So I was
Sure.
like, again, like, how did I end up here? I'm fucking not supposed to be here. Like, fuck, man, just comfortable.
Ballard hooked it up.
Ballard hooked it up.
Thanks, Bagley.
Do you know what's funny
Think
is when we were sitting there, I remember the music came on, they were introducing like the gold medalists
Yeah, yeah.
in Utah, and me and you were standing right next to each other. We're like, what the hell is going on right now? Yeah.
You're like, oh, this
It's-
is not street league. Like,
It's
something big.
you started getting like
Straight
tingled. 'Cause
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like it's just really gnarly.
Yeah.
This isn't no castle contest.
This ain't no Castle.
What's going on
This
here?
ain't Dobbs taking the win at fucking Castle.
Putting the
Nuts.
fucking things over, and then like Tim O'Connor's.
I know
saying-
Tim O'Connor being the announcer
Amazing.
at the fucking Olympics was insane.
Yeah.
That's
So
so
sick.
good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, for the closer stuff, excuse me.
okay.
Are you and you mentioned like digital stuff like that. Do you have like a whole thing in your mind planned for that? Because obviously like is it going to be like website based,
Yeah.
YouTube based? It sounds like you want to do like a lot of storytelling type
Yeah.
content. If
I'm,
you want to call
I
it
think
content.
when I'm talking digital right now, I'm talking
Yeah.
more like video documentary stuff
Okay.
and video edits. I want to do like raw skate edits and work with filmers and stuff. But
Okay.
I haven't thought beyond too much further than that. Like, because getting the mag going and getting
It's
it
a lot.
all set up is so much on my brain. Like, I'm dealing with everything with it. And I'm like, this is fucking, there's just a lot of weight on the shoulders of trying to get it all organized
Right.
and work with so many different pieces. So I'm like, all right, after I get this going, video content's next. And then however that translates later into like web content and
Yeah.
exclusive stuff on the web and stuff.
'Cause
I just know
that's-
that's a world that needs to be to grow the brand.
Well, then that's why I say that, because like I feel like nowadays it's almost like YouTube pages are those people's websites.
Yeah, right.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like people will go to the 9 Club YouTube page
Mm-hmm.
before they come to our website.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So-
Yep.
You know, it's an interesting thing to navigate.
It is.
man.
That's where I'm
it's-
like, my brain's going
Yeah.
backwards a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go do print. And then I'm like, I know I need to get into that realm quickly. I just got to get this going first. And then,
But it sounds like the things that you want to do on the web side of it is a little more complex. Like you said, the documentary style stuff and the stuff like that, which takes time
exactly.
to do. Like
Yeah.
we want to do a bunch of that stuff.
Exactly.
But
That's-
we just don't have the
I know
time
you
or
guys
capacity.
are cranking out stuff all the time, right? Yeah. You're
Yeah.
like fucking cranking.
I know, but we'd love to, because
We
we're
got
like,
weekly deadlines here.
we got weekly deadlines.
I know
yeah.
you guys are weekly. You guys are weekly.
I
What
know.
are we talking about? You guys are weekly.
But it's like, I look at like Santa Cruz,
Mm.
like they're doing a phenomenal job of storytelling with like all their writers and stuff
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that, but they also have the content to keep the channel going and relevant with the skateboarding content
Yeah,
that
yeah.
comes out on it too. So they have the best of both worlds right there,
Yep.
They have a strong representation on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Santa
good.
Cruz,
They're
yeah.
posting a lot.
A
dude.
lot.
I wanna
Andrew
s-
Cannon does a bunch of like board review stuff.
Yeah, they
like they have
do,
a lot
yeah.
of stuff with their writers. They, like I said, they have the
they
True Grit.
the True Grit stuff, which is a storytelling
dope.
part of it. Like
Yeah.
they're killing it as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
they definitely turned them, like, they're a media company for their brand, which is
Which-
that's what they needed to do.
Which I think a lot of skateboard companies, if you really break it down, like you have to be a media company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where social
Straight
media came
up.
in, right? Yeah. All the individuals
up.
became their own fucking promoters of their own shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some dudes are really good at it,
And some dudes are bad.
aren't.
I'm not. I'm one of the guys who aren't. I'm not good. I'm not. It's tough for me.
Post
It's not
this
easy. It's a
shit.
job, bro. At the end of the day, it doesn't. It's not like this is easy. I mean, some people can. It's easy. It comes easy for them. I overthink it. I overthink it
Right.
too much. I'm like, it's gonna be this today. I'm gonna do this and
Yeah,
make them
yeah.
all through. But some people are just like, blip, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Bro,
But I also
no.
feel like I just don't have an interesting life to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
straight up, I come here, I go home, I watch TV, play video games.
You watch your shows.
I watch my little stories.
Stories, not
You know,
shows. Stories. I said shows.
my
It's
little
stories.
But you know what I mean? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that I'm going to post stuff in
I
my
mean,
everyday life.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
weren't
for sure.
doing this, you'd probably be more on social media. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
good point.
This is busy. Yeah,
Probably.
this is very time consuming.
Probably.
I said it before on another episode. Like ever since we started doing the show, like I'm not really. I don't do hard posts anymore.
Right.
You hardly ever do. Unless it's something
I know.
funny.
When
Unless it's something
Tokyo,
funny.
you were talking about that. It's like, I don't hard post. I only do stories. I'm like, holy, how do you, like, that doesn't like make you fall off, like, with the engagement and stuff, right? But you said it
No,
still fucking kills
I
it.
still do it with the story,
Yeah.
but you have to answer back. You try to answer back.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part.
Right.
Kelly
Well, now
Hart's
they-
going to answer your DMs. DM Kelly Hart. He will answer you back.
Sometimes I don't because it's a little overwhelming.
Well, now
and
aren't
I've
they-
got
I
other
can
shit
get a
going
lot,
on.
bro.
Aren't
Yeah,
they
a lot.
adding likes to stories and stuff now?
They
too?
are doing
So
that.
stories are big.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I'm just not good at it.
I mean, this is social
that's
media
just-
to an
that's what it
extent.
is.
Like
This
this
is.
is social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
socializing right now on media.
Right.
On video.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's
There
just
you go. It's like I could promote a lot of stuff, I guess. I just don't.
You're
you know,
selective.
like,
You're selective.
yeah, I
And
just-
when you want to, you do it. And
I yeah.
I know,
Like,
you-
But it's like the 9 Club is you, though, too, at the same time. So when
Yeah,
it's promoting stuff, it's
totally.
you, right? Yeah.
But here's the thing, like for me, I just do stuff, right? Like example, like I'll get on Twitch, right? I'll play some video games, I'll stream, do whatever. But I'm not posting it on Instagram.
Right.
Hey, I'm going live on Twitch. Come
Yeah.
follow me. Like I'm just
Right.
like, dude, whoever shows up and kicks it,
Yeah, you're in.
they're
bro.
kicking it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm not trying to tweet out fucking this and
Yeah.
story
Come
this
holler at
and
me,
yeah, come
yeah.
on, watch me play this. You know, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, if you show up, cool. Like, let's kick it. You know,
Let's kick it.
but that's
baby.
just me. I just don't see. I don't have the urge. I guess. It's-
How about people that aren't on Instagram at all, like the Wes Kramers of the world? Like, I'm so impressed by
Bro.
people that can just be like, nah,
Yeah.
I got a flip phone.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. I'm like, how do you do that?
I-
I want to be there, but I kind of don't.
Right.
I want to, but I don't. You know, like you're back and
Totally.
forward, right? Like, it'd be so good to not be a fucking slave to it, but it's like,
Yeah.
I like it. I like fucking posting and
No,
like seeing
I
people.
back West, man. He's a fucking
Oh,
G
yeah.
for doing that.
Right?
I would have thought he would have gave in by now. Like
Exactly,
bruh.
right? And you could tell, like, brands probably are like, can you please get on there? And, like, probably
Dude.
he's just like, nope. Like, when you have that clout to be able to, like, no, I'm not promoting shit. I'm
Right.
not promoting myself on there. Like, fuck you. I don't want to do it.
There's something
Crazy.
about Wes that like he's such an awesome dude, but you're just like he's never gonna do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they tell him to. He's like, oh no, I'm good. Like I'm good. Like
He would
just
be
doesn't
doing what
want
he's
to.
doing if he never had a sponsor, right? Like, he'd still be skating. Like, he does it. Yeah.
He just
It's
doesn't
like,
give a shit.
You could probably say, well, you could get someone to start it for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But even then, he'd probably be like, nah, don't do that.
He's probably got. Look at his hashtag
Oh,
Wes
yeah.
Kramer. It's probably
Yeah.
got a shitload of stuff on
Oh,
there.
I bet.
For sure.
For sure.
Right.
But yeah, it's so impressive. Like,
Yeah.
to be able to just like, nah, I don't
Is there
wanna-
anybody else besides him?
Vincent was the close, and Jake Johnson.
Jake
Jake
Johnson,
Johnson.
Vincent
Yeah.
Alvarez. and
Yeah.
what
Well,
else?
Vincent Alvarez has one now.
Yeah, Vincent.
He sold out? Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh,
sold
but he's
out?
good at it though.
He is good at
He's
it.
got good?
really good at it.
He is really.
How
good
long
on
has he
it.
been on it?
a couple of years. maybe?
Pandemic.
Oh, that
Yeah,
long?
year and a
Okay.
half. Going on.
But
2
he's like
years.
killing it at it. Like
He's
it's
good.
not like he's doing it and he's bummed.
Yeah.
He's actually enjoying it.
That's Sue Trin. Sue Trin wasn't on
Same.
like fucking social media at
Yeah.
all, right? And then he came back blaring, killing it, and then he goes off for like 6 months, and then he comes back. It's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's-
is definitely.
Post
See
some-
you. Shout out to see you.
See you.
Yeah.
Shout out
There's
Sutran.
probably some burnout that is involved in
Yeah.
social media
for
and
sure.
stuff. Jesus,
Yeah.
posting yourself every day. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Come
really?
on,
People
dude.
really want to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Some people do.
They do.
Some-
I know, but it's just
you know?
hard for me to believe. you
It's
know?
crazy. Just the mundane everyday life stuff is like
Yeah.
impressive for people, or just want to see that window into your life.
I
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
but
That's
I just
exactly
don't.
it.
I'll just,
Not mine, yours.
you know. Yeah. So closer. I mean, you're closer to
I'm
getting closer.
I'm getting closer to having closer become a real thing for
Right.
people to hold.
It sounds like you're over the moon, excited. You're
Dude, I am
super
tripping out. I'm
stoked.
like a little kid again. Like I was telling somebody, like the past year, I was like not working at Transworld since January of last year,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just skating my fucking ass
And
off.
let
the
me tell you
most
something.
skating.
You're skating really well. That Transworld Park helped you out a lot. I think.
Again, yes, it fucking was massive. So
I'd be like, dude, Jamie was grinding this rail up and down the thing and going to. I'm like, God damn, Jamie.
that brought me back, dude.
Wow.
Having the private Transworld Park helped out so much. And then this past year of just skating, there's only like 3 days or 4 days I didn't skate all of this past year. Like I skated every single day for at least an hour. And it's fucking been incredible. And I was like, dude, I love skating more than I ever did. And I didn't think I could love it more. I was like,
Right.
I fucking love it. And I was like, I got to just keep doing this. This is my life. I'm almost 50 years old in a few years. Like, I'm like, this is it. This is going to be on my tombstone that I'm fucking Jaime Owens skateboarder. That, you know,
Yeah,
fucking, that's
yeah.
what it's like. We all love it, right? Like,
Sure.
it's just like, it's like reinvigorated me of like, this is my full identity.
Yeah.
Hardcore punk singer / skater. But
When's the last time you got in the mic, dude?
it's been a long time. My voice would probably go like die right away if I tried to like scream.
We'll close the show with a song. How about that?
Cue it up, Ron.
No, we want a live performance.
Oh,
We want
right
live,
now?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Get those lungs going.
I know. Drink some honey.
So the last year and a half, you're just unemployed?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not doing anything.
Well, yeah, I was doing freelance stuff,
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like,
Gotcha.
doing a little unemployment for a little while, and then doing freelance stuff with like fucking Red Bull and like been helping out Casper.
Okay.
He's doing his like agency and stuff.
man.
Oh, nice.
Got
Yeah,
you.
so helping him do like copy edit and stuff for that, and then
Okay.
did the book. So that really helped out. Jeff Landy like hooked up, like helping to make the book for the Olympics and shit. So
Right,
so there was
right.
enough in between stuff that I was
Okay.
like surviving and like skating all fucking day.
Isn't it nice to take a break though? It's nice. It's almost like
That's-
too nice where you don't want to.
Dude, that's huge. That's what I was gonna say. Is like the past year was like fully like, all right, no deadlines, no fucking,
That's what you needed,
no
bro.
craziness
Yeah.
from that stress, and I kind of got refocused. It's like that's what you
Yeah.
everybody in life needs to, if they're able to take, if you can have a few months or whatever, just to really reset
Right.
and like clear your mind. It's been massive
That's awesome.
from
Yeah.
a like sanity and like me feeling good about my life. My body feels better than it ever has. Like it just feels. The past year has been huge.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love that.
And that's where I'm trying to bring that excitement into the mag and like continue with it and just like,
Mm.
this is me. I'm just a skate rat that's going to make a skate mag, and hopefully you guys are down. I'm going to try to work with the best people and like continue telling
How are
a
you
great
getting
story.
people to order it?
So I did an Instagram post. So I have, the Closer Skateboarding Instagram has a link to subscribe on there. And
Okay.
then I posted about it on mine. And then like talking about promotion, like it feels weird to bombard people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did
Yeah.
a few like days and I did like a paid ad on the Closer Skateboarding. And I was like, I don't want to keep bumming people out by like keeping paying ads for like getting people to bigger reach.
No,
but I'm
this
like,
is interesting though.
Yeah.
You're doing a paid ad on Instagram.
Yeah.
Are you seeing results from that?
It did.
Really?
Oh, wow.
For sure.
nice.
It was like going, like, it was definitely like kicking it. Like you could see the numbers that it was that it's reaching and stuff. And then like they would turn
But are you
into
seeing the-
subscribers. It would turn into subscribers.
Okay. Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
three.
What
I
do
mean, I've heard it's like 3 for 1 in some cases. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
seriously?
that's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
if you, whatever, I don't know how much you're putting up, but if
I
you're
only
putting
put a
up-
little bit.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
put a couple dollars, like not even, you start to see
Yeah.
a difference.
Wow.
Like, yeah, we're talking, you can put in $5, $10, $100, $5, like, and it's like, fuck, man, like $500 might be fucking worth it. Like you could get so much back from that.
That's the thing that is
Yep.
always interesting to me because like you hear so much about Facebook ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Companies putting in millions of dollars a month sometimes
crazy.
Yeah.
on Instagram ads, but their ROI, return on investment,
It's huge.
is they put in 3, they're getting 9
Yep.
back, 6 back. You
Yeah.
know, it's like whoa.
And
You
it
gotta
is,
pay
and
to
it's
play.
not.
You got to pay to play.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not going to the same people. That's where I'm like, I feel like I don't want to bombard the same people with the same ad. But I'm sure it's
spreads
spreading it out to people that aren't even following.
Sure. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I've tried. I think when we first started Nine Club, maybe we threw out a couple little like Instagram ads, but for us, it's hard to judge
Yeah, where it's coming from.
an
or-
ROI.
Well, can you do that on YouTube? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can get
we could film a commercial and put it on YouTube.
Well, you could pay to have it show up in people's suggested.
exactly.
Okay.
That's what,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're watching another video, you're paying for it to pop up in that.
Or like an
suggested
ad
thing.
for the Nine Club
Right.
will pop
Yeah.
up, skip 5 seconds,
Yeah,
skip
yeah,
after
yeah.
5 seconds. But
okay.
There's different
I don't. We
versions.
just we're a media first. We're trying to sell our show.
Yeah.
Product is like second. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have. We want people to watch our show.
Yeah.
Like we still get people that are like, dude, I just found out about your show. I
Really?
fucking love it. And I'm
That's
like,
insane. Yeah.
You can still do
Exactly,
sponsored-
no
sponsored
matter-
ads for the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
yeah. But you can't measure it though.
Right.
You can't measure
Right.
if that's turning into like
For
views.
subscribers.
I think
or
that's a
views
huge
or
thing you
whatever.
said is like not as much as you think everybody in skating has heard of the Nine Club, right? No, there's other people that have not that will be fans of this.
Definitely.
So that's the thing. It's
100%.
like the whole time it's like, man, I don't know. I think I've reached everybody that would be in. Like, no, there's always
Yeah.
a newer
That's-
person or
that's
newer
right.
audience.
And
that
that's the
would be
thing.
like, for sure.
But I also
I've never heard of that.
I also
Look at
believe too that like word of mouth and just finding it organically,
Yeah.
there's something to that too. Because
that's
like you're
what-
going to get the true fans,
Exactly.
Right.
and the true people who are into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. If you throw an ad out there, yeah, maybe they'll, you'll find a new
Yeah,
fan,
yeah.
for sure. But I don't know. There's also a weird part about it too. So I know what you're saying. And you're like, I'm bombarding bait. I feel
Exactly.
weird.
I want to have a product out there
Yeah.
before I really start going, like,
I mean-
bombarding people and show, like, because I can actually show them stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's been amazing is, like, people signing up kind of right now is, like, they're trusting, they're, like, buying into this idea that they have no clue. They just trust that I'll make something good.
You're selling something that's
Something-
not
But
even.
It's coming from you though,
Yeah, I
so
know,
people are
yeah.
stoked. That's
Right.
why.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
It's
right,
super.
right, right.
Especially
it's-
if they know who you are and your track record. And what
Exactly.
Yeah.
It feels good. I'm like, dude, this feels amazing. That's why I'm saying, like, once I get an actual print issue, it's going to feel even more amazing.
Yeah.
And that's when I probably will do a fucking full-on assault of, like, there's a real thing. Here you go. Like,
Right,
it's something
right,
that people
right,
can
right,
hold.
Yeah.
Next one is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
X day,
Yeah,
you know,
coming out
next month. Yeah,
coming soon. Let's go. Let's keep this going or whatever.
I love it, man.
But I'm more
so
talking to
awesome.
Brian Schaefer and them at Skate Park in Tampa too. They'll probably try to, like, get in there and, like, advertise with those guys and like
Okay.
sponsorship, go out there and bring mags and stuff because that's at the end of April.
Yep.
That's
And so
perfect
that'll be
timing.
huge.
Yeah.
You know, to be
Yeah.
a part of that and have them
That's
back
awesome.
the mag or whatever. Let me have, like, a little banner on the wall and a little
Yeah.
ad during the webcast.
little,
That'll be
little
huge.
sticker over
A little
here.
sticker.
Little
Yo, can I sticker up? No. Put it over here.
Nah.
Yeah, no, don't put it over there. Those are
Nah.
the main sponsors.
Yeah, it's man, advertising and skateboarding. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to advertise in Thrasher. Okay, you're going to advertise
Right? Yeah.
at a contest.
Yeah.
You're going to advertise. I mean, just coming on the show, sure, it's an advertisement, but where Instagram?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's the only place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where else are you advertising?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And brands, as much as the digital world we live in, still like to make print ads and stuff, and still want to, like, use photos that their photographers shoot of their guys and make rad art. It's like an ad as an art ad, you know.
for
so-
sure, for sure. Now, how was it trying to get where you get? Is there advertisements in
Yeah,
here?
so
Did
there's brands. The idea was to try to keep it at a limited space at first and kind of grow it from there. And there's brands that are supporting it now, but I know
Amazing.
that the majority will come after they see a real mag.
Yep,
I have
okay.
enough to get this thing going right now, which is amazing, and it will give me more room for editorial.
yeah.
Big well of editorial stuff. So, and that's where I'm like, at first I was tripping. I was like, I need all these brands to come in right now, but I'm like, get the product out there. You got enough to get it going.
Yeah.
Show
Yeah,
them that it's a
they'll
real
eventually
thing
come.
and that it's beautiful, and
And
they
I-
have to be a part of it.
And that's,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
right?
that's important, man.
Yeah.
Because you're not asking. Listen, it's so weird to me when like somebody will pop up, even in the podcasting world. You know, it's like they've done like 2 episodes. They're like, subscribe to my Patreon. Come over here, channel members, pay. You know, we got merch. I'm like. You've done 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You haven't really proven yourself
Exactly.
yet.
Yeah.
Like you have to you almost have to listen to your audience. That's what we did.
Yeah.
It's like we never started making merch till our audience started asking for it.
Exactly,
We're like, oh,
right.
okay, cool. I guess we could sell some shirts.
I know that's
It's-
impressive.
it's
You
time.
guys
It's
started,
time. I guess it's time.
Okay.
You know.
Time.
Yeah.
Good.
So
do with merch.
Yeah.
My buddy David at Blue Tile Skate Shop in South Carolina has a screen printing place in his shop, and he's going to be my, like, soft goods dealer, like where I just have a
Ooh.
link on the site and he'll make it at his shop and ship it
it
from
out.
the shop, and so I
That's
don't have to
awesome.
worry about shipping. I don't have to do
Beautiful.
anything. So
Beautiful.
that was like a
great.
huge thing. I was like, fuck, I get to partner with a friend that owns a skate shop in South Carolina and have that as part of my mag, and like fucking, because it's going to be mellow. It'd be like a shirt or a hoodie every month or something, maybe a couple. It's not going to be like overwhelming for him. So he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it, no problem.
Right, right.
So it's
right.
huge. I feel cool being able to have that relationship and
Yeah,
work with
that
him on that
resource
stuff.
of having that friend. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And he's
Supporting
just
the
down to
skate
do
shop,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
I would love to know how many actual active skateboarders there are in this world.
Yeah, it's got to be insane.
It
Because
has
there's
to
different
be.
levels of like skaters and skaters, but
Wasn't
Well, that's what I'm
skaters
saying. That's what I'm
skaters.
saying. Like active,
Yeah, yeah.
like skate park, going out learning tricks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Didn't I hear something like 7 million? Is that sound like that?
how would they
It would-
even
I don't know how
begin
you-
to
I know.
find that out?
I have no
That's a
idea.
great-
maybe just with
statistic right there.
skateboards sold,
Great
and then
guess.
you can maybe add something on top of that if they can get like some kind of general list of like how many the skateboard
That's
industry
just
sold
so
this
And
many.
what do you
because like
consider
you
a
break a
skateboard,
board,
though?
you get another board. Like it's like how do you
Yeah.
how do you measure that?
What do you consider a skateboarder? Someone just buys it and skates down the boardwalk?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Or someone that actually
He's saying
is
like skate park. At least
I'm
you're
saying
yeah,
like,
You're
I
like
want
skateboarder.
like I said active.
yeah.
Going to the skate park, going out with their
You're trying
friends,
to do this.
skateboarding,
Do this.
buying boards, buying product, buying magazines,
Yep, yep.
watching the 9 Club.
Living that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like how
Yeah.
many of those are there out there? I don't know.
There's what's awesome too is when I went home this past summer and we finally got a skate park in Florence and like a concrete park built by like Fifth Pocket Skate Parks, every day I went there was like a new dude that looked like he just started skating or whatever, and I would talk to him, and they were like, "Yeah, I got back into skating because there's a skate park.
Yeah.
I used to skate, and now that there's a skate park, I'm going to try it out, and I want to skate again." And I was like, "Fuck, that is so fucking cool that like a local skate park can bring." And I feel like there's just like a whole, after the pandemic, people just started skating again. And there was like a whole thing of parents buying their kids boards and skating with them. Like,
I was going to say skating with their kids.
skating with their kids. And I feel like there's a
Huge.
whole new generation, not a generation, but whole new population of skaters that used to that are kind of back into it again.
Yep.
And kind of like, that's where I'm like, the history and stuff pays, like, come on, like.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
We've heard that
They're
many times.
like,
Right.
oh yeah, I grew up watching fucking.
You guys got me inspired to
Muska.
skate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Again, yeah, that's so fucking cool. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's really rad.
Hopefully they stick around with it. And
I hope so. I mean, just getting out there and the physical act of skateboarding.
Yep.
I don't care if you're good or not.
Exactly,
That's
right.
what it is. It's just like if somebody's pushing down the street, having fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, that makes sense.
And especially if they grew up skating and kind of have a little bit of like, remember how cool it was and kind of want to just
Yeah.
kind of recapture that feeling of it. This is
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
That brings
Yeah.
back a lot of good memories, man.
It does.
Yeah.
I think curb skating has been huge for like older dudes too to kind of get back into it. It gives you that sensation of grinding and like
Jump the
board
ollie.
sliding. Yeah,
They're
exactly.
Like, I can do that.
I know, like
Jump
it
the ollie.
feels cool. Yeah,
yeah.
Dude,
the
so
curb
sick.
revolution's been good.
Yeah. No, it's fun though, you
It
know,
is.
because you don't have to. Listen, skating is a demanding, taxing
On the body.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, just to ollie, you skate a ledge, trying a trick for 6 hours.
Yeah.
You go home, you're 45 years old. I mean, good luck. You're sore as hell.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Skating a curb,
yeah.
you know, it's not the same.
You're a little sore.
Oh,
Good
a
luck.
little sore.
Dude, you know who I
You
trip
watch your
on?
stories in absence, all bad.
There you go.
Honey,
That
honey, drop dips. And stuff.
Abe Bethel.
Greatest,
Yeah,
the
dude.
greatest curb
Dude,
skater of all time. Abe Bethel.
He makes me really want to learn how to skate
Bro,
curves.
he's really
Like,
good at
he-
it, bro.
That
Yes, I got to skate. I started skating with him in October. Him and Tim
Yeah.
in like October. I finally like DM was like, "Hey, I want to skate with you guys," and they're like, "Yeah, come skate." He's fucking amazing, and he
Yeah.
like definitely pushed me to be better. I'm like, I want to be as good as Abe. I want to try to learn tricks Abe's doing, and like he makes him look cool as
Yeah,
shit.
he
I
does.
I love how he just like moved also, and he's
Yeah.
already got a new curb he's skating.
yeah.
This guy, I've got a new curb, learning
I
tricks.
went and
like,
lurked around. There's
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm like, you're moving to Florida. You're not finding any curbs. First day, found a double sider.
That is, yeah. And look like a cool double sider too. He's like, got a new trick, just learned a new trick.
Yeah.
Wait, he moved to Florida?
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
He's out.
man.
He's
All right,
out.
well,
bro.
good luck in Florida.
I know, he'll be
family
back out, he
stuff, I
said.
think.
Yeah.
Family stuff.
But yeah, he's impressive, and I'm like, dude, he's a professional curb skater. Like,
Yeah,
if there is one,
definitely.
he is the dude.
Yeah.
But he definitely pushes you. I'm like, fuck, I want to be as good as Abe. I want to fucking, I want to not feel like I can't hang with him. So
Mm,
That's so
definitely-
rad.
yeah.
Yeah.
super cool, super cool. So that's it. You're just closer. Like I said, we're getting closer.
we're getting closer, dude. Thank you so much.
Closerskateboarding.com.
To subscribe.
Go subscribe.
Yes,
Let's get
yes.
Jaime Owens 1 million subscribers.
You know it's-
1 million subscribers. soon.
We all know that it's going to be a great magazine.
Of 100%.
Thank you.
If you're talking to all these photographers
Respect.
with great writers and you at the forefront,
Thank you. Thank
it's
you.
going to be good. So let's
The first 300 subscribers get an autographed Grant Britton 5x7 print.
Really?
I mean,
Yes.
he's coming. My man's coming through.
Wow.
And then there'll be more incentives for my people that subscribe. The one-off mags will be cool, but people that subscribe are going to be taken care of throughout the year and
The
stuff.
thing
with
is
little
like,
promotions
you know,
and stuff.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like when you start thinking about when you just said you get a print, you know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of content creators, a lot of people who are doing rad stuff, you know, you hear about like, oh, they got a Patreon page,
Yeah, yeah.
or they got this, or they got this, and there's like perks involved,
Yep.
you know, and they pay a monthly thing, and it's
Mhm.
like, geez, you could even go the Patreon. I mean, listen, I'm just
I know. I like
spitting
it.
out here.
You're on my board of directors, my digital board of directors.
Even a Patreon thing, it's
Yeah.
like they have the subscription based.
Mhm.
You pay $1.99 for the support. Maybe you get a little postcard. Maybe
Exactly.
you get like $4.99. Here's a little support. You get this. Here's a X amount. You get the full subscription
Yeah.
for this many months. I mean, it's an interesting
Mhm.
concept, and a lot of people use it.
Exactly. That whole
It's really
concept
good.
of taking care of people that like are supporting
Like,
you. And it's like,
I'm just want to support, and I can get a little signed postcard.
yeah, it's amazing.
You know what I'm
By, like
saying?
a legendary, yeah, legendary
Like that-
photographer. That's huge.
I think having perks nowadays is very integral
It is, because like I was tripping out too. I was like, we had subscribers at Skateboarder and Transworld all through the years, but they were already kind of there before I got there. But never thought too much about them. Like, they're just there. They were subscribing to that brand. But now, again, with it being my mag, I'm like, you're supporting me. You're supporting my fucking idea of skateboarding and stuff. Like, every single person is like amazing. It's like, fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that you're buying into me. Fuck, let's go, dude. Let's do this.
Dude, totally.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm just throwing stuff out there. I think a Patreon thing would be cool. I mean, maybe, like I said, get legs. You know,
exactly.
Figure out your audience, how many you're selling and stuff like that, and maybe then try to branch out into different things. I mean, there's so many things nowadays.
right? That's what I'm
you could do
saying,
anything you want.
Yeah.
By yourself.
I know, by myself.
By yourself.
In my guest bedroom in San Clemente, California.
While you're watching your stories.
While I'm watching my stories.
Oh, dude.
I watch TCM all the time, all the old movies.
I trip out that you skate.
Yes.
I trip out that you skate San Clemente skate park all the time, dude.
That has been huge too. Like, I skate that fucking place every fucking day, and it sucks. But I love it.
It's like,
It used to suck. I used to think it sucked, and now I'm like,
well, you figured it out.
You found your little
I
thing.
figured it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, every
fucking
park
love
in
it.
Orange County kind of sucks until you figure it out.
Exactly. All those
You know?
parks built like in '99 or 2000, they
Yeah.
were just, oh man, they're bad.
They're all bad if you just go there, but if you
If you skate
take
them all
your
the time and
time,
learn them, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because I can't bring anybody there. Like, I'm always like, come skate with me. I was like, but I skated at San Clemente Park. You're not gonna like this fucking
yeah,
park.
yeah.
But they have the noping, like no coat.
That's my
the
favorite.
worst.
That's my favorite.
Nose blunt slides
Yeah.
for days.
You can make it work. You can make it work.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Beautiful.
dude.
Yeah, that place.
Minimizes the hang up risk.
It does.
Yeah.
You don't see Sheckler there at all?
He used to. I see
Yeah.
Grayson Fletcher there a lot. Kirby's from there. Kirby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, the singer that you were talking about earlier? I didn't know he skated also.
Look at Kirby from baseball. He's a gnarly punk rocker.
And he does blunt fakies on the noping.
Fuck Tyler Kirby.
That's a funny name, Kirby.
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 Good old Kirby.
Damn.
I wonder if he had a curveball. If he didn't throw a good curveball, he's blowing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you're a
Kirby.
pitcher in baseball and your name's Kirby,
Kirby.
come on.
Who's that? Kirby Puckett?
Kirby
Oh, yeah,
Puckett.
Kirby Puckett.
He was sick, dude.
Yeah.
Kirby
Puckett.
Puckett.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Like, not even like Ron Puckett. Like Kirby.
Yeah, you get two names.
It's amazing.
Was he left-hander? I think
I'm not sure.
He was
I
an
know
outfielder.
I know he was black.
Minnesota
yeah.
Twins,
Minnesota,
right?
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He was a home run hitter.
Yeah,
Home run
definitely.
hitter. He was an outfielder.
Not,
behind
not a name you hear too much anymore. Kirby.
They slowed
You know?
down on it. They
Yeah.
slowed down on
Wasn't
it.
that
Slow down on
the
old Kirby.
video game character?
Kirby?
Yeah, it's like a little guy, like a little
don't
round
know.
dude.
Around Kirby.
Yeah, remember
I
that?
mean, it sounds about
It
right.
sounds like-
it
yeah.
sounds like it could be.
He I don't know, whatever.
I don't keep up with all the.
I played it. I
Video
played it on
game.
Game Boy when I was a kid.
Oh, Game Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Cubert.
Cubert.
Cubert? I played that on Nintendo. Like actual Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo.
yeah.
Did you eat Cubert cereal
Or Super
though, or
Nintendo.
watch Cubert cartoons?
No.
No.
It was always,
No.
The 80s was all about the video game, and then you had the cereal version, and then you had a cartoon.
Right.
Oh, that was.
Pac-Man cartoon, Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah. Ninja Turtles.
cereal.
That was a big one.
Yeah, yeah.
Ninja Turtles is probably the biggest one.
It's
Huge. Yeah.
100% the biggest.
sure.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You don't even,
Hands
we don't
down.
even, we don't even
Hands
have to
down.
Google that.
Don't even Google that. Oh my God.
Well, this is great,
This has
dude.
been
Thank
so
you,
awesome.
bro, so much. I mean, I wish you
cheek-
the best of
my
luck.
cheeks hurt. I've been laughing so much and talking,
Hey, we're
smiling.
having a good
That's-
time.
I know,
Good
it's
time.
good.
Hey, anything you need from us, support
Thank
for the
you.
magazine or anything,
Yes.
just holler at us. Let us know,
I
and
appreciate it,
we're
man.
there for you, man. Because I think it's important in
Thank you.
skateboarding,
Yeah.
to, especially the old stuff.
Exactly.
It's
and
like
the new, like,
And the new stuff.
And
for
that
sure.
new-
no,
that new
no,
stuff.
Yeah.
100% the
No,
new
I
stuff.
understand.
Louis
But I
Lopez
think
is in the first issue.
all
We gotta go.
there's
We
so
gotta
many
go.
there's so much history in skateboarding
Yeah.
that I think even kids nowadays, like, you start skating, maybe you're not. I mean, I wasn't interested in the past when I first
Yeah.
started skating.
I was.
but I see
No.
some people are, but some people aren't. Like, it took me to get into skateboarding to then look back. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out. But if something's there,
Absolutely, man.
boom.
If you ever need help with not help because you got everything dialed, but if there's certain type an era of skateboarding that you need help with, that's my favorite shit. I would love to help in any way.
Absolutely. Let's go.
That would be fucking rad.
Let's do it.
Because there's that my golden era
Yes.
of basically these guys sitting at the table.
I know. I can't believe I'm sitting here with the dudes.
Kelly wants to be era in chief right
I
now.
know, era in chief.
Wow.
Bro, I'm the
He's trying to get a
in-chief.
job. He's trying to get another job.
Another job.
This guy's
Wow.
contributing editor in chief.
I'm trying to keep working here,
Let's
dude.
go.
He's got
He's
9
trying to
jobs.
branch out. I know.
He's trying to get his
I only work with my friends, dude.
jobs.
I
and
only
he
work
doesn't
with
even
my
have a
friends.
LinkedIn. It's crazy.
I literally don't.
Yeah.
Hit me with that fat
You don't
box
need
of
it.
mob and you're on,
Oh,
bro.
got you, dude.
Awesome.
I'll be there tomorrow.
You like,
Cairo.
you like your relationship to happen organically, like in front, like not through LinkedIn.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like,
This is how it
no,
works.
dude, like this is how it's gonna work.
Not a DM
I'm
from
LinkedIn personally like that.
Yeah.
It's a personal LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, man. But yeah, anything you need.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Holler at
Thank you.
us. Dude, great stories today.
Thank you,
I really,
dude.
dude, we enjoyed having you on.
I
Can we give you
appreciate
some 9 Club stuff?
I good. Yeah, I can give you.
Yeah. Oh, you got.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Careful that chair, bro. That thing's
yeah.
big.
Oh, that thing is
To do like-
definitely about
That thing's
to.
been. When everybody leans
break.
over like this, I'm like, oh, they're going down.
It's like every episode.
Oh, God.
It's like
you could
the
hear
last
it creaking
one. Yeah.
right now.
Is it creaking again? Am I gonna fall out?
You might.
Oh, we
Look
got
at
some
that.
little.
Oh,
Yeti
yeah.
hooked
You
up.
guys got it
Hey.
too.
Got 3. Sorry,
You got
Raj. Raj, I'll get you next time.
Oh, you
Love
got.
it.
You could. Raj. Well, I'll keep one here.
Keep one here.
But I love.
That's for you, Kelly.
Actually,
Thank you.
Roger was
Hell
just
yeah.
commenting the other day on how he loves the big, and these actually.
These are great. Man.
So those came. So what's awesome about Yeti? They hooked up 50 of those for the first 50 subscribers
Ooh, there
for
you
the
go.
mag too.
Nice.
So I
This is
hooked up
one
the
of
first
two.
50 with these, and the first 300 get the fucking
Did
grand.
you talk to Matt? Or no?
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mike hooked
Mike's
it up.
the man.
Yeah, for sure. This all happened within like one afternoon of talking on email.
Right,
Had
yeah.
it mocked up, had it sent. It was like, all right, it's coming to your house in a week. And I was like, wait, what?
He's
Wow.
literally the man. He
Yeah.
really is, man.
Fuck, dude,
Look at this one.
Hooked it up.
See that?
I know.
We
Look
just
at that.
got him too, man.
Cheers.
We got a whole
Cheers.
bunch back here.
Yeah. Cheers.
I'll take one. Yeah, we'll trade fucking Yeti mugs. Cheers, sir.
But dude,
Thank you.
perks,
Perks.
Patreons,
Patreons.
baby, perks all day. I love that. What size are you?
Rad.
Large.
Large. Kelly, we do the honors,
Tell
bro.
them
We get
Large
him
Marge
some-
sent you.
Tell him large Marge sent
Yeah,
ya.
that Pee Wee's Big
Yeah.
Adventure. That's the best.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Tell him large Marge
Sent ya.
That's when he got out. That's when he got out of his little trip where he hitchhiked.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he goes into the place. They said, Large Marge sent me. No.
She's been dead for 25 years. On a night just like tonight. I don't know why I remember.
Do you trip out at
I
the
was such a-
dinosaurs every time you go to Palm Springs and see the fucking Pee Wee Herman?
I was
dinosaur?
such a bad.
Oh, thank you.
I was such a bad student, but I
Dude,
remember
look at that
such
one.
nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't remember
80s
5 times
movies.
5, but I can remember fucking on a night like tonight.
like this.
Yeah. Hip hop lyrics. I mean, I'll.
Do you know Pee Wee's on Instagram and he's like one of those reposters? Like he posts just viral shit all the time, but he's on Instagram. Pee Wee
Oh,
Herman
really?
That's how he
official.
does it?
Yeah, he's one of those like
Oh.
it's straight up like a fuck Jerry Instagram.
Okay.
Just anything.
But it's
like,
Pee Wee.
what is
Are you
Pee
sure
Wee
it's
Herman?
him?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's for him. For sure.
That's so funny, bro.
I could be wrong. I don't want to say it is. I looked at it, glanced at it, I was like, this is Pee Wee Herman's Instagram? This is insane.
He's a
Don't quote.
viral. He's a viral reposter.
That's what he's doing
good
on
out
his
there.
life.
He's
Yeah.
doing good out there.
He's like, this is what people want to see. Shit.
They don't want to see me.
Man, that's good. But yeah, good luck with the mag and
Thank you,
everything,
man.
man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, man.
Actual hold it, tangible,
Yes.
smell it. How many pages are we looking at? Do we know?
100 pages.
So
And hopefully to grow from there.
okay. So
Thank you.
whoa, whoa, hold on, Jamie, hold on. This is a routine here.
That's
Thank
a
you,
lot of
Kelly.
shit.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, first of all, we got the 9 Club stuff here.
Thank you.
People are going to be asking if we can get those. They'll be out hopefully soon.
They'll be- they'll
These
be-
are they
they'll be
just send
popping
us.
up real
They just
soon.
send us samples and stuff here. But
That's the same here. Same here. There'll be closer skateboarding
closer.
mugs on the site pretty soon.
Boom. But first of all, Jamie,
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you, bro.
I've known Jamie Owens for damn near long time.
Long time, dude.
time.
Long time, man.
We've been in them streets before. I've never shot a photo of Dub, so
What show? What
So-
we
photo?
got some time.
Did we get?
let's do this.
Yes.
Did we get a photo together?
Yes.
Which one? Refresh.
Red Bull, Seek and Destroy, Nose Grind, Stage,
No wonder I don't.
black and white.
The,
very
the
grainy.
stage.
What's
It's a very
stage?
grainy black and white back.
Oh
lip.
yes,
It's fucking beautiful.
dude, that was a great shot.
And it's just like, it's just a nose grind on the
got it.
stage. It's good.
At the
Well,
courthouse?
welcome-
Is this in the
welcome
new
up right
magazine?
there.
Is this in closer number 1?
Is it a spread? I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know.
Wait, is it at the courthouse?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The stage. It was on. We were there skating. And They were just filming stuff, and I just shot like a black and white 3200, so it's all grainy and artsy looking, and the sun was behind him.
It's like a silhouette.
How'd
Yeah.
you see
It was in the mag.
Oh,
Yeah, it was in the mag. We ran it. Yeah,
okay.
I posted it a few years back too, or whatever.
Really? Did I
Gave you-
see that?
Yeah, you did.
How come I?
You didn't repost it?
Chris doesn't remember a lot
Do
of that.
I need to go?
certain
I need to
time.
print it.
Jamie, the thing is, dude, is like a lot of, and I mean, I think a lot of skaters can attest to this. Is like
So many.
we just
photos.
forget.
So many.
No, we
photos.
just forget. I forget tricks that I've done. I forget what videos they've been in.
I
I,
mean,
called
that trick-
Ty Evans one time to get a trick for some other video, and he was like, "Dude, that was in Yeah Right," and I'm like, I gotta go.
But
I
this-
felt so embarrassed.
Really.
But the nose grind is something that you kind of casually just do, though. Would do sometimes,
Yes.
probably.
Exactly.
So it
he
wasn't
wasn't
like
working on. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
seriously a snapshot. Like you weren't trying to shoot the photo. You were just
remember that,
skating, and I shot the photo because I was like, dude, the light looks so good.
Oh, it's a
behind him.
great
saw
photo.
something.
I don't even
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I
so
knew
good.
you were shooting.
Exactly. It
Like,
was like super long lens.
Beautiful, beautiful. You were in the library checking your emails
I was checking to see if Mesa hit me back.
out the window.
Let me check my Hotmail.
Hey, here's a candle. This one is
LD's candles.
That's the
Yeah,
fairway.
the
Smells like
LD.
It
fresh cut grass.
nice.
It's pretty good.
Very good.
Huh?
LD.
Hey,
LD's.
oh, listen! Shout out Grip 6.
Yeah, man.
We did a collab with them.
Mhm.
They have these belts that are super awesome, and I wear mine every day because I love it. Dubs be wearing
Dub
his.
did- wearing them?
They actually recently flew Jerron and Steezus out to Nashville.
That was where they go skate shop day.
Yeah, Super Skate Posse.
Super Skate
That
Posse,
looks so fucking cool.
Skate Shop Day.
I was
Yeah.
like, I want to be in Nashville with all those dudes.
So,
yeah, that did look really
It
fun.
looked fun, right? Yeah.
Good
So
times.
shout out Grip 6. They've been doing a lot of rad stuff, and we have our belts. You can go on their website or on our website. We have our
Let me see
belts on
these
our website, but they're cool belts.
Ooh,
There's
canvas
no
belt,
buckle
too.
or nothing. I mean, there's a buckle, but it's not like a clip or like anything. You just slide it in.
You just pull and,
And
then
just
it
pull
Yeah,
it sticks.
and it
stays.
sticks. Yeah, really nice.
It's
really
vegan.
nice.
It's vegan. I like it.
Yeah, man. And bro, here's a 9 Club
Sweaty. Little crew.
crew neck. I can never
Circle.
remember the name of that crew neck. Here's a black tee, 1000.
1,000.
Dubs'
Yeah.
That's Dubs.
tagline right
Fuck
there.
yeah.
We got a 9 Club logo shirt.
Boom. Thank you,
Oh.
sir.
Hey.
And
That's,
mug.
I'm a coffee mug, dude.
You're a coffee mug dude?
Hey.
Well, here's some coffee mugs
And stickies.
and stickers.
Boom. Thank you, man.
Dude, thank you. Look at this. I'm going to have a nice collection here
I
of
Yeah, you're just getting stacked over
my
there.
Yetis.
Collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming up over
Got my
here.
little, Jamie got his little,
Jamie got hooked up the most.
I gotta go, man.
he's out of here.
This is all I came for. I need new mugs and belts.
Damn. Jamie, thank you
Thank
again.
you.
And
Yeah,
best
bro.
of luck to
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank you. Thank
We can't wait to, you got a discount code for us on the
I
website
got
or
you.
something?
I got you, fam.
Okay. Okay.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Man,
You know the
I love
skaters
it.
are gonna support though, bro.
I know,
At the end of the
right?
day.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. They're down.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes.